everybody gather back around. I'm gonna fill up my water. Alright. Welcome. It's number 4. We're inside the Panera this time, so I'm keeping my voice down because we're not alone. But when we get on alone or my stuff is charged and we can go back outside, we'll do that. It is weird that it's weird to me that my chat breaks so frequently. Hello. Thank you for being here. I am Shaggy, I am Philadelphia, and I am charging my stuff.
I still don't have the habit of just asking somebody who knows first. Well, we're going to be paying that mortgage off.
Hi there. I am setting up in the Panera so I can charge my stuff. I got my battery bank, and now I'm getting my phone plugged in. How are you doing today?
I asked somebody who knows. ChatGPT. That's what I just handed you.
Kathleen Markowski.
But I had sent Kathleen.
Oof.
I have to talk to her.
Hello. Almost plugged in.
Hello, this is John.
And
Yes, ma'am. We're in an eating stop.
I figured out what was wrong with my USB-C cord. It's old enough now that it has to be yanked taut to my charger to work. BC, I am Shaggy Philadelphia. This is my fountain where we can gather around and talk about your interests. And then sometimes I will talk about mine. I watched the movie Weapons last night. New flavor? I'm not sure what you're asking me.
But, okay, and that's good, and if you just got my second text. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I'm not sure what you're asking me as regards flavor.
Yeah, and I was just, so I said, oh, why don't I just ask someone who already knows, so.
Okay, that's all my stuff. I
The
think
AI
I'm
gave me
settled.
that answer about VA loans.
You smoke USB sticks too? Is that good for you?
No, that's fine. ChatGPT says
I'm
no.
not sure I know what that
VA
means.
loans and everything.
Unless you're saying that you like to vape.
So I got my answer. I said, oh, I don't have the right instincts.
Because I had to start over, funny
2025
Republican.
yet. That if you have a question, you do
The
that
chat
first.
broke, and this is about
And then if you
engaging
need a
with the
person,
chat.
spend
So
a
if
bunch
I've got
of
no
time
chat,
to get
I've got
up
nothing to say, and I start to get self-conscious about the fact I don't really want to be in front of the camera at all.
That's the,
And here I am. I gotta bring.
screenshot
I didn't
sent
do a
you
very
with
good
the
job on the left side of my face this morning. I gotta bring that across, and I gotta get that little strip.
Okay, wait. Closing date. Any hints?
Fewer
about
than you, the Holy
what
One.
kind of date
Fewer
might
than
be
you.
talking for closing yet?
Then eventually I gotta bring this up. It's getting too long.
And I'm waiting, and I'm waiting for them to contact me if I understood it right, I hope. Okay.
Yeah. This show is about engaging with my audience, and then when I screencast, if I can
After we get home?
if I can
Okay,
see the
thank you.
chat, I'm trying to engage with it.
These are fine.
The goal here is not so much to make friends, is
You got my question, but
to have a thriving
and she was
community.
reminding me.
Yeah, hating for no reason, so we just move
came
on.
in and then we left.
They think it's funny. They think it gets some attention, but we're not here to. We're not here to attention. We're not here to
Contract that we have already
what's it called?
signed, but there was information from the bank
Enable that behavior. So we just let them roll on. But thank you for the positivity. I appreciate it. Any topic in particular? No, I'm here for what's on your guys' mind. What's on my mind right now is the movie Weapons, and then I've been thinking about how I need to talk about some deep stuff like ego death, but no, I don't have anything on my heart or in my mind right now in particular.
You're working out with the bank, the transfer of title, the only kind of step left.
In fact, I don't even remember what I was thinking about when I woke up. That's kind of why I do these, is because I do so much reading and so much thinking, and then I end up doing so much talking. I'm at Taco Bell's a good guess, puppy, because that's where I would be if I weren't in this Panera. So. No, ego death, not ego dissolution in a psychedelic or altered state of consciousness. Ego death is in the death of the self.
And I guess we've lost ourselves, right?
It's ego death is an extremely traumatic psychological experience that people undergo. I have a lot of experience with it. A lot of experience with it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. Oh yeah, there's a place. Yeah.
Smoke. Edibles don't do anything for me. Edibles have no effect. But smoking for sure. The ego dissolution of the psychedelic or the altered state of consciousness is it's a different kind of thing. It's not really a death. It's a dying to the idea. I have a very high tolerance, yeah. It's a dying to the idea that you're only one thing. But that's a metaphorical dying, whereas the ego death that I really need to be talking about is it's a very real and traumatic psychological experience. Made you feel really small, yeah. Yeah, that's the ego dissolution where you realize that there's a larger cosmos outside the self. And that's a big and important life experience. But that's why I'm not talking about the other thing, because the other thing is more difficult. And it takes some build up, and it takes a community of people that are there to make sure that the people coming in to be funny are also pushed out, so I'm not distracted, and we'll get there. I have a few people that are running around playing mod for me. I don't like shrooms, by the way. They work for me. I have a serious taste aversion. Scary, yeah. That's the fear of God when you hear people talk about being afraid of God. Yeah, the sublime state, the realizing that you are mortal and that in the grand scheme of things you're not very big or threatening at all is necessary. But it's not a dying. It's not a death. It's a metaphorical dying, but it's not a death. Oh, okay. They got quiet because they left. I thought they got quiet because they got quiet. I didn't need to fall silent there. They just left. And I think I'm alone in the dining room. So I don't have to Yeah, Funny Republican says, I appreciate you read the comments in your head instead of reading them out loud. It makes your answer more intriguing. I appreciate that what I just did is ironic. Um, but yeah, I'm trying to guide the people that are here in the chat that are floating through to your words, and then the people in the future audience, I'm letting them I'm letting them enjoy the experience without thinking that they need to go and follow all of these people or look out for all of these people that are in the chat. But then when I do like I just did, it grounds. Thank you for noticing. All I'm trying to do is say that that's intentional, that I'm doing my best to put on a mysterious but good show, and thank you for noticing. I'm trying to compliment you. I'm just doing a bad job. Assalamu alaikum, Nasser boys. Let's keep it civil. I heard that, Nasser. It depends on what you need from me, Michael. I can help you if I know what you need and if I have the skill set. Samir, I'm in Ohio. That's in the U.S. Yeah, I have an international audience, I guess, international footprint on my videos for sure. But we're not here to fight, and we're not here for ideological reasons. We're here for religious reasons, but not for ideological reasons. So I love and I respect that you're from a place and that you love and respect your place and that there are things happening in your place, but I can't help. I am Samir, American, yes. Not much. Is that Yezu or Yeju? Is it Chinese so that it's kind of like a Z SH sound? Je. I try not to hate anyone for something as superficial as their skin color, GSO7. You're a bird, Michael? Are you a blue jay? You know Mordecai? It depends on what you mean, Angela, as far as whether I'm political or not. I don't keep up, but I have strong opinions. If I had the money to send you a pizza, Michael, I would send it to you. Johnny Cage is one I've never heard before. I don't know what Johnny Cage from Mortal Kombat? I'll take that as a compliment. You're a bluebird? Which situation? Angela, I'm actually not being reductive. My opinion on Israel is not one that you guys want to hear. Mathematician or something? I'm an intellectual, funny Republican. I love mathematics. But I wouldn't say that I'm a mathematician in the modern sense, no. Mathematics and Greek means that which is learned. I'm a learned person. I would say that. So if you mean mathematician in that sense, I would agree. I think Trump is making our country a laughingstock, Angela. Buenos tardes, Nuestra. It's probably too early for tardes, but it's good to see you, Nuestra. Good to be seen by you, I should say. I do GSO7, but mine probably has a different name. My God probably has a different name than yours. The Elon Musk, that Elon Musk is involved in our government at all was enough for me to tune out for 4 years, to be honest with you, Angela. Well, right, but in order for you to say that the thee doesn't exist, you have to name it in order to say that it doesn't exist. And so my God probably has a different name than what you're going to deny. Trump's not gone crazy. Trump is a 19th century politician. It is tardes. Excellent. Excelente. Buenos tardes y gracias. Good evening, Raheem. I'm always asking this, but do you do the glottal stop on your H? Is that a Raheem? I can't do it, but did I get there? I do watch football, NFL football, Soledad Soldier. I've never had a good reason to get interested in football. Go Pack, go! You a Jordan Love? You a Jordan Love guy? Yeah, it's impossible. Once you've seen it firsthand, it's impossible to deny. Angela. No, it doesn't. T-Rex. Not as genocide. Probably Michael. That's probably what most of heaven is sports. So far my day is really great. My chat keeps breaking on these lives, but I've been able to sustain this live all morning. I think the reason my chat is breaking is because I'm getting too much engagement, so yeah, great problems to have. Having a great morning. I've gotten to talk to you a couple of times, so, great day. I think that that's what heaven is supposed to be. Heaven is the state of being a ghost looking down on your ancestors, and I think that most of your time is downtime because not your ancestors, your descendants, and most of your time is downtime because your descendants are pretty much fine in the modern world. You have a great day too, Space. I can't read that. Leguminous. I don't know that I got that right. Love is always getting hurt. Oof. Just had surgery on your left hand. Or his left hand. That's a bummer. Greetings from the Netherlands. Or greetings to the Netherlands. I'll be me. Solar, Joe Mama. No, Kamala would be worse. Much, 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 much. Indescribably worse. Funny Republican. I'm always happy. I'm always happy to hear that, Noistra. Really, thank you. Maybe Angela. We'll find out, son. We'll find out. Each one of us will find out soon enough. My favorite team is supposed to be the Bengals, but my favorite head coach is Andy Reid, so it's the Chiefs. But I try right now. I'm just trying to enjoy good games. Frankly, Soledad. I know that sounds terrible, but I'm just trying to be a fan of the NFL. I was a Dolphins fan for my whole life until Tua, and then the whole Tua Mike Flores fallout situation. I had to give up on the Dolphins. I had to give up on the owner, and I don't like Mike McDaniel as a head coach. Eagles fan. I was an Eagles. Eagles were my backup team when my dad and I would play Madden or whatever. Tecmo Super Bowl III. I always played as the Eagles, so I wasn't in the AFC with the Dolphins, so we could meet in Super Bowls. Eagles were my backup team because, like I said, Andy Reid was my guy. But then I don't like Sirianni, so. Hello, RK. It's nice to make your acquaintance so far. But I root for the Eagles. In fact, you're not going to like hearing this, but that was the only Super Bowl that left me just kind of numb. I'm sorry to hear that it's upsetting to you, X. Yeah, Angela says that she's a fan of the sport, and that's kind of where I'm at this point. I'm just enjoying the evolution of the sport as I get older. Burrow is a great quarterback. I chose the Bengals because I wanted to watch Burrow and Chase play. Yeah. Yeah, I quit stressing. I had to write. I wrote a whole letter. I made a blog devoted to it. I made videos devoted to my breaking up with the Dolphins. I made it public so I could get over it as quick as possible. Hey, it was great to make your acquaintance, Funny Republican. I'll see you around, man. Take care of yourself. I can't do it for you. I appreciate your kind words, for sure. But yeah, Burrow. I'm terrified that Burrow is going to end up Dan Marino 2.0 just because he was the quarterback that I chose to love. Because I chose to love Marino before I understood the game. My channel, it's a little bit about this. What you're watching, GNA. I haven't eaten yet today, Noistra. I had a couple of granola bars. I do have $80 clinking around in my pocket. So don't think that I have $0, Noistra. But no, I haven't eaten yet today, to be honest with you. My channel, GNA, is kind of about this. These fountains are about this, about hanging out where I'm at. I'm homeless, so right now I'm hanging out in a Panera, and getting to know you guys, talking to you about what's interesting to you. Yeah, the door next door, the next door is an app that I looked into last time I was approaching homelessness. I don't have those kind of skills, including the interpersonal skills. I can't talk to strangers like that. I wouldn't be surprised if the Canadian and Californian wildfires were being set on purpose, Soledad. I wouldn't be surprised at all if in 50 years we find out that those are happening on purpose uh, to keep, how do I want to say this? Pity money rolling, which is ironic. I'm in Ohio, GNA. Yeah, of course, Nostra. I am. Look, I am doing this thing so that I can feel like I've earned the ability to either spend my dwindling resources or hope that those resources grow. So the question was pertinent whether you were offering to donate or not, Maestro. You were allowing me to tell the future that you can donate, you can buy me lunch if you want. Alaska, that's great, GNA. That's very far away from me. The answer to why I'm homeless is a long one, no name. Let's just say that it's for religious reasons and that there's drama behind it. I'm being as careful as I can, Devo. I'm not in the army, Kendrick. My father was army, though. I don't blame anything on anything. Blame is for children. Thank you, Angela. I appreciate the slub. I'm here. I'm here for you, Angela. Thank you. Have a blessed day. Take care of yourself. I'm in Ohio, RK. Uh, Design is an interesting word to choose there, Chris89. Says everything is by design. That's an interesting word to choose. Oh, Gina is okay? I don't know how clean the water is. I live, do you know the Pakistan, do you remember the Palestine, Ohio train derailments? Those are like an hour away from me, so I wouldn't call the water clean. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to respond to that, Soledad. I don't know. I don't know enough about Canada, to be honest with you. I had a feeling, RK, that you were from India. It's nice to make your acquaintance. I'm glad that you like Panera cranking. A lot of the people who come here like it. I don't know what GG33 is, Miss Gina. You were a river rat? Yeah, I grew up a river rat in North Carolina. Well, a crick rat, but you know what I'm saying. Find a creek and play until dark. I hear you, Gina. There's a non-zero chance I will do that. You don't have to be religious, Gina. Just because I'm religious doesn't mean we can't be friends. Yeah, rivers and creeks are peaceful places. Hello, Ella Goodman. Yeah, well, the liberals are sore about everything. Let's be real. Liberals are sore about literally everything. They're even sore about their own policies. Yep, South Carolina creeks, North Carolina creeks, man. Well, see, Gina, we could talk about that, what it means that he's coming back, because I have a radical idea that it means that when he comes back, it means that not one person, but many people will have embodied him to the point that we raise the bar as a people. Hey, take care of yourself, Maestra. I plan to play a video game at some point today. I'm going to play Dead Cells at some point, maybe. I hear you, RK. And yes, Eric, I'm playing Final Fantasy VII. Friday? Friday, I think? What I've been doing is I've been doing these lives, these fountains, until the chat dries up, and then I've been going live to play games. And then I play at night. I play a game and listen to a book at night. But what I might do is I've picked up a conspiracy theory book that I want to listen to and make fun of. Metal Gear Solid 3. I've only ever played the first one. I haven't Metal Gear Solid the first. I haven't played the sequels. I own them on my Switch, but I no longer own a Switch. Times are biblical right now, Gina. Yes. the prophets have much to say about our times, Gina. Soledad, you're a fan of the, they don't call themselves Mormon in public anymore, but you're a fan of the Book of Mormon then? If I'm scary to you, Mo, you are a very weak-willed and minded person. Hey, Casey. Nice to see you around. Well, nice to be seen by you around. I was beginning to think I hadn't seen you in a while. I was beginning to think that you'd decided I didn't like you and didn't want you around. Eric, I'm glad that you still love Super Mario 64. I've only played it long enough to go, this is extremely disorienting. I can't do this. I'm glad that that gives you a little bit of contentment, Gina. I don't remember exactly what I said. Ah, yes, that the times are biblical and that the prophets offer us contentment because they're speaking to us about how to live. Refuse iniquity. If you have to bend from the straight and narrow, sure, it's a bending, but we can look back on our paths and see where we bent. No, not you, Gina. You're not a fan of the Book of Mormon. That's not what I meant to say. I wasn't. Not what I meant to say. I didn't mean for that to be directed at you. Soledad seems, Take care, Casey. You broke a controller over Mario 64? You like your coffee, Gina? Heard that, Soledad. We believe different things, but I'm glad that you have something that you can anchor yourself to. Soledad, I am. If I could coffee you, Gina, I make a hell of a cup of coffee, and I would gladly do that for you. You couldn't make the long jump, Eric Wildman? Widman? I see that it's not wild. I see that. I don't know why my mouth did that. Oh, God. Yeah, we have different emotional reactions to video games. I'm not sure, Shimshon, that those words that you chose, your verb and your nouns, are nonsense to me. I'm sure they mean something to you, but to me, they don't mean anything. So I don't know how to answer your question. Sure, I hear you, Eric. I'm not saying that you're a bad person or that you did anything wrong. I'm just saying we have very different emotional reactions. I would have just turned the game off and then thrown the game in the trash. I would have been civilized about it. Oh yeah, is that how you feel? Well, guess what? Look what you can't do. Get yourself out of the trash. Spare controller parts just in case you get frustrated. That's a part of gamer culture. I was never that guy because, no, I don't have connection to my family, Gina, and I prefer when my father doesn't try to text me. Sure, Eric, I understand that you had what seemed like a good reason at the time, and I'm not saying that you're a bad person. We're just different. That's funny though that you still remember that moment so vividly. I'm glad you didn't hurt your hand. My dad used to do that. My dad used to flip out and break stuff. So flipping out and breaking it wasn't one of the options that I was going to take. But there have been a lot of things. In fact, I have evidence of this because I did it to Chrono Trigger. Yeah, I performatively uninstalled Chrono Trigger at the end of my last play session. I hope you have a blessed day too, Soledad. Thank you for stopping by. I'm starting to get tired. I need to eat.
Oh, that's for sure.
Yeah, I didn't think. I'm not saying that I believe that you have a routine of breaking controllers performatively. just let my headphone die. Keep going. I'm talking to you guys, but I hear you, Jace. Thank you for the encouragement. And then Les from Adonis. Yeah, Jace, I would say I'm a streamer. I think you're asking me if I stream video games, and yeah, once this slows down and I get tired, I'll probably get something to eat. Sorry, my external battery, once it's full, I'll probably go up to Taco Bell and get something to eat, and then head back to the tent and play something. Today is supposed to be Dead Cells. Supposed to be playing Dead Cells today, but I kind of feel like playing Loop Hero, so we'll see what happens. I was supposed to play Titan Quest yesterday and didn't get to it. Yeah, I can explain Aletheia. It's a misspelling of Aletheia. It's supposed to be Aletheia, and Aletheia is it's a goddess. So in Plato's book Phaedrus, the Phaedrus, which I've read for the channel, he introduces the goddess Aletheia. Lethe, Lethe, is the river that the soul crosses when it goes from the source reality into this reality. It crosses a river known as Lethe. That word Lethe means forgetting or forgetfulness, okay? Althea is not the same name. And I'm in a Panera, Amazon. Aletheia is a negation of forgetfulness. So the river is also the concept. So you have the river Lethe, which is also the concept, is the placeholder for the concept. I may not be opposed to that, Jace, but it might come with a Patreon subscription from you. The river is also a placeholder for the concept of forgetfulness. And so the idea is that when we were once unified with the source, we were also a part of the source and had access to what the source has, which is omnipotence and omniscience. I meant to say omniscience. When we differentiated for that, crossing the river Lethe, we forgot everything that we knew when we were once a part of God, when we were once undifferentiated from God, the creation, the creator, right? We forget all of that and we live. Aletheia is divine remembering. It's a higher religious abstraction than mindfulness in Buddhism. That's what Aletheia is. And so it means remembering, really. But it's translated in English to truth. So it means I'm a lover of truth. Yeah, forgetful when you're in a trauma situation. Yep, that's exactly what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. And it's remembering to be you in the most critical moments of your life. And then you remember the giant trees. That's right. That's exactly what Philaletheia is. What you just described. It's taking Stoicism and cynicism and philosophy, and it's applying them into a worldview that allows us to remember ourselves during crisis point moments, like homelessness. Trauma is something that we all go through, and it depends on how we mean trauma, whether we mean clinical trauma or we mean the popular trauma of hurt feelings. And so if we mean like difficult things or trauma, then we're what do I want to say? We're not being respectful of like a broken bone, right? That's trauma, right? And so like when we talk about blunt force trauma being what killed someone, and then we're talking about like, oh, that he hurt my feelings and I'm traumatized now, we're being disrespectful of ourselves, right? And we're saying, hey, I went through that too, Gina. I'm not saying that you don't have trauma. I'm just reminding people who aren't you for the future that we want to be careful about the difference in having trauma and being traumatized. Yeah, because we can have accumulated damage over years that we didn't appreciate was damage while it was happening, and that's being traumatized. But trauma is like somebody smashing you in the head with a club. And hello, Matt Shift. Yes, it did, Gina, because what he was doing was not, you were not helping. You were doing it for him while he projected it onto you. I went through that for 4 years with a woman, and that's why I've chosen homelessness. Yeah. That's damage. You've accumulated damage. I wouldn't use the word trauma. I would say you've accumulated damage. That you are mentally unwell. You are damaged. You are hurt. You are injured. But I wouldn't say traumatized. You understand? That's just a personal preference. 4th year. I'm only ahead of you by 10 months. I'm not sorry to hear it though, Gina. You're strong enough to recognize what you're going through, and so right now it's about planning for the future and finding the next step. Figuring out, yep, you can't heal until you get out, and that's right. That's right. Once you figure out the next step, how you can land on your feet, because you know how gymnasts work, right? You gotta hit that sawhorse. That sawhorse is difficult. It's right in your fucking way, but you gotta hit that shit. You gotta stick it. I saw live when that girl in the 90s broke her ankle, and so that's a hero moment for me. That was trauma. But you know what she did? She stuck it. You can too. If she could do it, you could do it. You know why? Because we're all human. You're both human. It's not about her chromosomes. It's not about the color of her hair or her skin. Hit the wall and keep going. Did you ever watch MXC on Spike TV? Probably not. Takeshi's Castle, where they would have, contestants run at a wall and with doors painted on it, and one of them was paper, so you would run through it, but everybody else hit the wall. Well, eventually you'll find the door with the paper mache. That's right. You survived kidney dialysis. This guy's nothing. This guy's just a dickhead. He's not actual death. He's just a dickhead. That door is awesome. That moment where what looks like it's going to be just another fake door finally yields to you, and you get to finally see the other side. And sure, you get to look down the next 10 or 30 yards or whatever it is and see another wall with a bunch of painted doors on it. But now you feel like you have a pretty good idea for what it looks like because you just smashed your face against it so many times. And of course, you smash right into the thing, but now you know which one. Well, that one wasn't the fake door, right? We still got to finish the competition.
Yeah.
11:11 at the right place at the right time. That's interesting. You are in the past. Are you in California? No. You're just east of California. I'm not sorry I had 4 years in that damage. It allowed me to experience it so that I can talk to you about how what you're going through is real and you're going to be fine. Because it's not as bad as it seems right now. Alaska. Okay. And you told me that. I know you told me that. I didn't remember it. And that's 4 hours. Cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. You're gonna be all right. Alaska is a long way away, and it seems like you're probably very isolated out there. Probably feels that way. But I believe in you. I wouldn't recommend a tent though. I don't know how to live in that environment, so I wouldn't be able to support you in a meaningful way, emotionally or intellectually. All I'd be able to do is go, please be safe. I'm learning things here today, talking with you, Gina, talking with the many of the other people that I've talked to today. I'm learning demographic things that I can't say out loud yet, but I'm learning a lot. Yeah, I'm living in a tent right now, actually. I survived last winter in Ohio in a tent, so I wouldn't be able to meaningfully help you in anything below negative 10 degree weather. We spiked down to -6. But once you get in the negatives, you're in real danger, and I wouldn't be able to help. And I know Alaska's a lot colder, obviously, than Ohio. People do need to be more aware of being catfished. That's why that documentary series was important, and then they turned it into sensational entertainment. But that show Catfished I have not eaten yet today, Teresa Ness. I had a couple of granola bars on my way out of the tent this morning. Thank you for asking. I have the money to eat. I just haven't done it. But if I've been waiting on that donation to call the fountain a day, eat, and then move on to the next thing that I'm going to do today. We need to talk. Am I in trouble? Are you my girlfriend? Are you breaking up with me already? Yeah, I hear you, Gina. So did I. Same, down. I don't, the community and the culture of X absolutely abhorrent. And then, as far as I can tell, Instagram is pornography. TikTok is just pornography. You're 41 in Russian, Teresa? I'm 38 and I'm in Ohio. I'm certainly a smart ass. Whether I'm smart, I don't know. Why are you selling me things right now, Amazon? Oh, that says Teresa. I swear to God, I thought that said Tress. Tress. Did that change since I've been looking at it? I swear to God, that said Tress. Yeah, don't waste your time, Gina. I'm sorry that I misnamed you, Teresa. I swear to God that said Tess. Swear to God, sorry. I've been hitting this weed too much. You're just bored. Well, my granddad would say, well, hello, bored. What are you going to do about it? And you are doing something about it. That's why I asked the stupid question. Aletheia is my goddess. It means truth, divine truth. It's a misspelling of the Greek to make fun of 19th century philosophy. Yeah, I don't mind answering it. Your grandmother said, is that all? You're bored? And she wanted to hear and. Bored and I'm going to do something about it. I like your grandmother already, Teresa. Yeah. Yeah, don't feel, you should absolutely not feel embarrassed for asking the question, what is Aletheia? I'm never actually sorry to hear when people have passed. I'm always sensitive to the fact that you probably miss her. Aletheia is related to Christianity only in the gospel writers. The gospel authors were called Aletheia. They were called Philaletheia. Live, die, it happens, right? So I'm never sad to hear that they're gone, right? But I am sorry for the survivors. I'm sympathetic with the survivors. Like, I'm not sorry that Ozzy left us, but I am hurting. I thought you asked me, Almighty Almond. You asked me. I am a metal song, and the AI generated metal song is a joke reference to one of these lives from earlier in the week. Somebody said that I was gaslighting God with one of the things that I said about Jesus. I'm in Ohio, Teresa, and I said that was a hilarious name for a debut album for my. I hear you, Gina. It probably is. PayPal won't let me. PayPal wants to screw around with me, and it's constantly, I don't know why, I've used that account for a decade, but it's constantly telling me that it's constantly acting like I'm trying to cheat it. So I hear you, Gina. I'll check into that. I'll look at it. Because how do I want to say this? What I'm not trying to do is be too polished, so polished that it looks like I'm a grifter, but I'm also not trying to be so disorganized that I look like a person who's not trying to be organized. Alt metal's your favorite? I tend to like doom and stoner metal, down with the System of a Down. Sugar! I don't have a favorite UFC fighter. Oh, that's a name. I'm just gonna move on from that.
Oh, no, you asked me, you sent me a message asking for my next time. Yeah, this was before that. Oh.
I don't know what that means, Teresa, that I look 30 USG.
Yeah, whatever that was, but anyway. It's in my school. Did I? Yeah, my friend Tina.
I can't fix it right now as far as my profile pic on Patreon, Gina. I'll freak out. YouTube will freak out if I minimize. But I will look into that when I sit to eat, because I'll have the time and the opportunity. I'm 38, Teresa. I wear the mustache, and I usually keep a soul patch so that I look like an aging bassist. But people think I just look pretentious, so whatever. Keep the mustache because I don't like to be clean shaven. I just don't like my face. I look fucking 13 without. Yeah, I remember you telling me that. I look 13 without it, and my hair is not long enough for you to see the grays in it yet. So usually I keep this long because it's all gray now, gray and red. I've just spent my life focusing on education and spiritual development rather than entertainment. So when I was bored, I went and found something that I found challenging intellectually, until I just ran out of things that challenged me intellectually. So I started doing this. And it's taken me a very long time, 2 years, to get good enough at it to hold the attention of even 10 likes. So that might seem like not much to you guys, but to me, thank you. Huge, huge. I wouldn't say I'm Irish, no, I'm an American mutt, but my family are of Scots, Irish, English, Dutch, Native American stock. Just a North American, North American United States mutt. I feel like, as smart as I am, I'm allowed to do whatever I want. This is my profession, Bradley. My profession is Philaliteia. I spent the better part of 20 years, longer than that. I started working for my dad in 5th grade. So starting in 5th grade until 2020, so whenever that was. 97 to 2020 is 23 years. So the better part of 25 years I spent working between school and working for my dad. I was spending the better part of 60 hours a week for 20 years, making somebody else money. Hi, I'm not going to be able to pronounce that, so I'm going to call you Monk96. Hello to Scotland. My dad was a CNC engineer, so I stood in front of a CNC mill for until 7th grade, and then we worked a grinder. I did that until high school, and then I worked for my granddad. I actually kind of refused to do any more in high school. Let me fucking do high school, please. And then I didn't do university, so I jumped right into a full-time job. And yeah, it's my time. I spent my time learning management skills so that I could teach the kids. Really, they were my peers, but teach the kids that were in my charge as a manager, how to be as good as they could at their job, and then how to stabilize their life like I had. And now I'm taking the opportunity to get myself right so that I can give back to the world even more. Give back to the world instead of 5 or 10 kids on a shift. Whether it's brilliant or not, I don't know, but I'm doing my best. And I get to meet some really beautiful, sincere, seeking people. And as a person who's found much of what he was seeking, I have a lot to show you guys. I do my best. I don't know if I'm a good person, but I do my best to leave a positive impact. What did I do to my throat? Is that just a pimple? It's distracting me a little bit there. Well, I got me right first. That's the thing, is I got me right first. And now I can show what that looks like. Welcome back, Eric. Whether you left or not, welcome back to the chat. I try, Teresa. They used to say when I was a kid that beauty is what's on the inside. And so I've been around a lot of people. My parents always told me that I was ugly. The girls at school always made fun of me for the gap in my teeth. Always said that I was too tall and too skinny, that I was too this, too that I wasn't dating material, I wasn't casual sex material, I wasn't make-out material. And so I just came to believe that. My day's been treating me pretty well, saturated. I'm not on Discord or Instagram, cash facts. I'll get on Discord when I have somebody who wants to manage it, and then draw in income from the monetization of the Discord. I don't want the monetization. I want somebody who wants that for me, and then I want to pay them in their work directly. I want them to own the Discord channel outright and brand it Shaggy Philolite or whatever. Even brand it as a fan channel. Yeah, teeth are genetics. Yeah. Thank you for contributing, Eric. And my day's been treating me all right, saturated. I know I said that, but I'm starting to get hungry. But my day's been treating me all right. People say that. I've never used Discord. Hello, George. I'm not sure what you're asking me, Teresa, as far as team. Yeah, well, the Philolitea and my name, Jay, means lover of truth. And so it's about being honest, it's about being original, it's about being authentic. I do remember you for us. We had a nice conversation yesterday. Hello and welcome back. If you're asking me if I'm a team player, yes, Teresa, I'm a team player. Yeah, I want a team around me. Yeah. I don't want to do this alone. If I find success, I want a team. Did you, Gina? Oh, you did. Hey, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That's one of my favorite members. Thank you. It means a lot. Thank you, Gina. That means that I get to go buy lunch, and that's exciting. I like eating. Eating is how I reward myself for a day well worked. Hello, Guts. I prefer to not receive that word as a friendly greeting. I was called the hard R to hurt my feelings as a child. But greetings. I understand that you're being friendly. You're very cool, Gina. I really do appreciate it. I would just stand around and say thank you, thank you, thank you. I worked table service for so long that I'm used to not seeing it while the generous person is still around. So thank you. Matthew Greer, I feel like it's been about 10 months. What's an R? You know what I'm talking about, guys. Why did he stop? Lived a life. Why past tense? Food service. Yeah. I love working in food service. I loved it. I really did. Still do. I just won't do it without owning. Busy, fun, emotional, neat. That's right. Right. The kind of person who would use the hard R or the soft A to a stranger is the solution to your question, Guts. And now I've respectfully asked you not to call me something that I don't like, and you are going to turn around and project your bad behavior onto me instead of just moving on like a respectful person would do, and I have the ability to get rid of you. No, I don't want to use that word. It's an ugly word with an ugly past. You don't know what the first 3 letters mean. I have not always been in Ohio for us. Detached from thought. Yeah, like mindfulness. Yeah. I learned and integrated and habituated Zen Buddhism before high school was over. I don't know what Moxie or Drumpst is, next gen plays. Detaching from ego is extremely hard. It takes a long, I don't know what Drumstell is. It takes a lot of time and practice to learn that the ego is a separate structure within the mind-body paradigm. I don't know that I had a phase of Zen. It's something that I still use. I don't know what you're talking about, next gen plays. I love you, but I don't know what it is. I know you do, Guts. But I also grew up around elderly black men who had survived the 1960s and 70s, and they don't like to hear or use either version of that word, and so neither do I. Jay, you know what the N word is that has a soft or a hard R. Don't be stupid. And don't try to bait me into saying something I'm not allowed to say, even as someone who has had it used against me in ownership. Don't piss me off. I never read about it, is kind of what I'm telling you, Faraz. I never read about Zen Buddhism. I just did it. Yes, me too, Gina. I'm trying to gather together people who are wise and who are interested. Hello, Isabella. I prefer that we don't focus on my appearance. Welcome back, Melanie. I'm glad that I haven't scared you away yet. Yes, Robert, I'm in a Panera. You had a crazy spiritual journey for us. You should probably have your own YouTube to talk about it. I know it wasn't your intention, Guts. That's why I'm speaking to you like an adult. If I thought it was your intention, I would have muted you when you showed up. But I'm speaking to you like an adult with respect. I'm not yelling at you. I'm just establishing my boundaries. Thank you, Guts. And learning is cool. It depends on what you mean by that, Monk. Heaven and hell. I believe that heaven is the state of being of the ancestors, and I believe that hell is our lived experience. You have nothing to be sorry for, Guts. You were just trying to articulate yourself to somebody that had never said that to you before with this skin color. You didn't do anything wrong, buddy. I'm not mad. I don't know if you can tell. I'm actually kind of buoyant with joy that you took it the right way, and that you understand that I'm not here to boss anybody around. I just don't like that word. What's up, Jay? I know, buddy. We're moving on. Guts is learning. Yeah. It's a Panera, but the Denny's is a good guess. Bass fishing. Denny's is a good guess. Man, I would kill for a plate of their nachos right now. And I say kill, I shouldn't do it because people will think I'm serious. I would almost walk the 2.5 miles down to the Denny's in this town. Almost, but not quite. Not quite take the bus either. You gotta cross the street, and crossing the street in this town is extremely dangerous, and I'm not taking the whole hour-long bus ride to come back up the other way. Fuck that. Look, I'm a lazy homeless person too. Neo-pagans I take on an individual basis, Melanie. But if you're talking about pre-modern pagans, like if you're talking about the pagan religions of the past, I think they were bloody and horrible, and thank God we don't have to practice them today. IHOP is also cool. The IHOP in this town turned into our dispensary. I've never been outside the U.S., Guts. And if I could be anywhere in the world right now, I would be either in the Trento region of the Alps or Genoa, Italy. The afterlife. I don't believe that we experience the afterlife. I believe that the afterlife is I believe your afterlife is the memories of the living that you leave behind. You're so lazy, Gina? I wouldn't join the military, no. First of all, I'm too old. And second, my father served, and so he liked military mechanics. But no, I wouldn't serve for my country. I don't respect its leadership. My dad talked way too much about Colin Powell's military for me to trust those shitbirds with my life and my future. But that doesn't mean I disrespect soldiers. Soldiers tend to want to fight with. They tend to want to fight me. Yeah, you like mechanics. You're allowed to like mechanics. I grew up an engineer, so my dad was all about it. He spent all of his off time in the military in the motor pool. The military is extremely expensive in the USA guts. It is hard to watch, Gina. My dad was. I knew you meant fair. My dad was fucked up. I don't know Michael Pickford. The people in the military that I've known, they try to measure themselves up as men, and their machismo toward me. I don't know why, but it always happens. I get along with Marines because Marines they don't second guess their masculinity, I guess, and I've never met a SEAL. I don't know what that means, IRL, Brian. But it sounds like something I probably wouldn't enjoy. My granddad was in the Navy. Heard that. Oh, you worked on subs. All the people I've met, everybody I've ever met who worked on subs was chill as fuck. It's all good, Gina. I don't know how much painkiller is here, Guts. I would prefer we didn't spar, IRL Brian. I have a severe pelvic floor injury that would leave me underwhelming as an opponent for somebody who can actually defend themselves. And I have to pee, like real bad. It is crazy that we are officially closer to 2050 than 2000. We are in the future from when I was a little boy. Enjoy your day too, IRL Brian. I'm not trying to match myself up against military people, against vets. My dad was a vet. He used to beat my ass. I have no intention of getting my ass beat, but I will if it means that I'm defending my masculinity. I can mute you, the Crimson Phoenix. Did you see that coming? I do walk. It hurts. Bad. But I walk. I don't believe that we could be in a computer simulation, Monk. We are the simulated thoughts of God. We are what happened when God thought, what if? Don't tell me what to do, Captain Rock. Make me. A bottle of water costs me $1.25. That's correct, Michael. That real training in the forces taught you, trained is the word he used, but I'm going to say taught, not to fight unless needed. Don't attract, don't subtract. That's right. That's why I respect the military, and I don't understand why they want to measure themselves up against me. All is well, Oni. I understand that you're not actually bossing me around with the ignore the trolls, but I just do need to say, while we're here, I haven't mentioned it today. I have something called, I'm diagnosed with pathological demand avoidance. It's not a disorder, it's a neurological response to the environment. And so when people use imperative syntax, I read it as a troll. But yeah, I know you're not a troll. What if God made us all blue-skinned? What if God shuffled his feet? 10 bottles at $1.25? That's cool, Guts. I can get a bottle of water for $1.25. I'm not worried about it. Because I can also fill up that bottle infinitely for free. I'm paying for the plastic. Plastic costs $1.25. I wouldn't even worry about it. I would just use mindfulness techniques to think about the times in the day when you accidentally bossed people around with imperative sentences and didn't mean to, and just get better at not telling people what to do. I'm not, you can tell I'm not emotionally reacting to it in any way. I don't know what that means, Michael. I don't think I am stressed. When I look at myself, I don't come off as stressed. Maybe I'm stressed. I have to pee, so I'm like pee dancing. Did I miss you, hello friends? I have an income, Guts. I was born in 87, Gina. I call myself retired, Guts, but I don't live off a pension. I hear you, Michael. Yeah, I hear you, Melanie. That's exactly the kind of thing that I'm not trying to do, even when I rant about the bad behavior of women in public. I don't hate any. I hate plenty, but I don't hate any class. Hello, Clyde Frog. Cheers to you as well. Guten Tag and Skol, all of that. Trying to cover as much of Europe as I can because those are the only cheers that I know. I don't know what those emojis mean, Gina. I try not to, Guts. But I was talking about the T in the LGBTQ plus earlier today. I think the B and the Q are an afterthought, and the plus is what it is. I see what you're saying, Gina. I don't know if I would be better off anywhere, but I hear what you're saying. Sure, yeah, if you wanted to ask me about questions that are relevant to my skill set and my interests, I could look like I've earned the $9 I've made today, but um, the letters are they're just letters. I watched the movie, I watched the movie Weapons last night. Great movie. I've been kind of thinking and talking about how great that was all day. Trying not to bore anybody who ends up watching all of these hours that I've recorded by saying the same things over and over again. But that was a fantastic movie. One of the best movies I've ever seen. I haven't watched a lot of movies. Don't think I'm a cinephile. Yeah, don't think I'm a cinephile, because I'm not. I just love the experience of seeing a movie in the theater. Sometimes it's nice to have a hot thigh to put your hand on, but usually I just like watching them alone. I prefer beef to chicken. I find chicken unsatisfying as a meal. I find myself hungry. Do I support them? I don't send money to LGBTQ activism, no. You've seen Sinners? I don't know what Sinners is. Because I've been homeless for so long and the woman that I lived with hated the movie theater, I've tuned all the way out since the end of 2020. AMC wanted to pull some bullshit like the backpack that I had been bringing in there every day for months. I do got a shave right here, you're right. The backpack that I had bringing in there for months, the manager just decided to tell me that I was smuggling a bomb in there. 10 months, D6 Fit. I've been homeless for 10 months, since September of last month. Vampire stuff in Centers? Heard that. It's unlikely that I'll catch it because it's not in theaters now, not in our theater. It's unlikely that I'll ever catch it, but if you wanted to talk about it, I would listen, and I did watch Shutter Island. I was talking about that this morning. In fact, Shutter Island I was talking about in my first hour. But if you wanted to talk about it, Oni, I would listen, and you could tell me every single plot point, because it's very unlikely that I'm going to see it, but I love spoilers. Melanie says, old PFP was a creature. Thought it was funny to buy a mask. I made a video of you trying it on, and you fell? Nice. Let's see if I can look at it without. No, I can't look at it without brightness. But thank you for sharing the story. I love that. Oh, okay. So instead of D6, oh, you David heard that. Your A is upside down. I understand how that works. Yeah, ground beef and biscuit. Brisket is my favorite food. Put brisket on anything. I'm glad that you liked it, Guts. I'm glad that you like Shutter Island as well. Good movie. Yeah, okay. When your niece was over here, Michael, they said that they didn't really care for the food, but ground beef brisket is so good. You can literally put brisket on anything. And then I've been thinking about trying to get some jangle in my pocket that's not devoted to food or any other particular object, and going down and having euros and picking out a book at the magic shop downtown, just to do it. Just as something to do. And usually there are pretty girls in those two places. I haven't tried the brisket Whopper from Burger King. We don't have a Burger King that I have access to. It's such a long walk. Such a long walk. Jango Fett, the dad of, or well, the clone of, the source clone of Boba Fett, Rockety, is that who you're asking me about? I've never met him or anything. You asked me if I'm familiar. I'm being funny. I know I'm less familiar with Jango than I am with Boba. Why do you ask? Star Wars fan? Love Star Wars. Star Wars is my shit. But I don't care about the books or the comics. And I haven't got to see anything that was released. I haven't been able to see anything that was released since Ahsoka. No, I don't own a gun, Guts. First of all, it wouldn't be safe for me to own a gun because the cops would know I'm concealed carry, and second, I have no reason to want to own a gun. Michael, I don't understand why people do this. I don't understand why people tell me that times are hard for people, like I'm living in a bubble universe. I didn't ask you for money, Michael. I don't remember saying, Michael Pickford, may I have your money? I just don't remember saying that. Maybe I did, but I don't remember saying that. Could you imagine if I had just said that to you? Just randomly said that to you? Say, please, let me just accuse you of being a grifter who's also stupid. Trying not to frown because people don't understand that this face is my thinking, perplexed face, not my angry face. I don't know what my angry face looks like. Yeah, I just don't understand. Well, sure, but I don't understand. I also don't understand saying it, like out loud. That's what I'm talking about. It's not that you have the feelings that you took. You don't have to leave. I'm trying to understand why you did the thing so I can empathize with you so that I don't get mad when it happens. So I'm not offended. So I can understand what's happening in your thought process. I'm telling you, I don't understand the thought process. You had the thought, oh, I could give him $5, but I need to give that $5 to my dog. They're my higher priority. Fine. I don't need to hear it. You could be like, oh, I've got $5 extra that I can give to my dogs this week, and I'm excited about that. And I could go fucking stoked for your dogs, bro. It's just weird. I just couldn't imagine calling somebody too stupid to know what the economy is like for everyone. I don't even remember asking for money once on this. I don't even remember. Maybe I did. Maybe I've been sitting here begging for handouts. Well, I do accept donations, Guts. I live on donations. I received $9 in donations so far in this stream to go toward eating today. I don't know. I just don't know why you would say no to somebody who hasn't asked for anything. And I don't know what's funny. It's just weird. If that's what you want to do, then do it. If it's not what you want to do, don't do it. I don't care. And I don't care about the why you're not going to do it either. Like, do we understand that the person who comes up to you and says, "Hey, can I have your pocket change because I'm trying to do this thing that I'm lying to you about?" And the person that says, "I would give you my pocket change, but I'm doing this thing I'm lying about," are the same person? We appreciate those are the same person. They're both grifting, pathological liars. 11 Ned. I don't know why you're telling me what to do, and condescending to me, and insulting me, all in one 4-line paragraph. I don't know if I'm supposed to take your advice and not react to what you just said. I'm not being hard on Michael anymore. He's gone. Gay men are just the fucking worst. Just the fucking worst. Good evening, Mike. What are you progressing through? Are you progressing through chords? What's your progression? I don't know why you would think I don't accept donations, Guts. It's the places that you can donate to me are in my description. Why did you think that? All of the evidence says that's not the case. So why? And if you support me, you understand that supporting someone means giving them donations. Like, just... Oh. Trying to get fitter and stronger. It's your progress to... Do you have a goal? No. Wave. You didn't. I don't know why they think this won't happen. I take no joy out of swatting flies. I wouldn't call myself a nomad, almighty almond. My tent doesn't move. Guts, you gotta go, man. I'm just done talking to you. You're too stupid. I can't do your thinking for you. My tent doesn't move, almighty almond. Nomads, their tents move. I'm a monastic. That's how I would describe myself. I'm a monastic. Crack is long-term bad for your health, Sabiundo. Yes. Welcome back, Gina. I enjoy your company much more than the people who replaced you when you left. I have not gone to the bathroom yet. I'm going to end up like that woman who won that Wii on Hold Your Wii for a Wii. That story doesn't end well if you've never heard of it. I don't know why I'm waiting. I've made enough money to buy lunch. I don't know what I'm waiting for. I'm going to go up. I think I'm going to have a $7 box from Taco Bell. Just gorge myself on fatty ground beef. I don't know who Trevor is. Unless he's that kid that kind of looks like Jim Carrey and did the yes. I will, Gina, I will, I promise. Eventually the PP dance will get to the point that it actually hurts and I'll deal with it. Thank you for sharing, Sabiondo. You literally look like Gollum in your PFP, so. Push-ups challenge, Mike? Push-ups are for you too? Ultra marathons and other stuff, you want to get back at it because you got out of shape in your while you were raising your kids from your PFP. I'm guessing you're about 55, probably my dad's age. You want to get back to the stuff that you were doing when before your kids were born? Am I way off base, Mike? And ultra marathons are intense. I don't understand Mexicans, especially like that kind of Mexicans, the Mexicans that the Mexicans of Mexico City call trash Mexicans, want to criticize me. Sir, your genes are so the same. Your genetic tree is a straight line for hundreds of years to produce something as ugly as that Sabiondo. And he wants to criticize my gap? Sir, you can't be 5 feet tall. Anyway, big bro, this isn't your live stream. I'm probably going to remove you because you shouldn't be here. You're too young. 46, sorry I aged you. I can't really see your face. The flat cap does make you look older. 2 stepkids. Oh, you did the honorable thing. Good for you. And good for you for taking care of your body and continuing to be a good example of middle adulthood. That's cool, Mike. Nice to make your acquaintance. I do look like a knockoff Jim Carrey. Thanks a lot. That's why I can't do his facial expressions. Also, I have partial facial paralysis on the left side of my face. Big bro, I told you that you didn't belong here, and then you said something to give me a reason to remove you. Thank you. You are trying, and I approve. You don't need my approval, but you have it. That's cool, man. It's hard to do that shit. Not a lot of men do. Shortly after I stopped fucking your mom, Harry. Gina's not gonna let me down. Willem Dafoe, that is one that I have personally thought myself. I've looked at Willem Dafoe and I've thought, oh God, if I just went more often, that's what I'm gonna look like in 30 years. So yeah, that's what I've thought myself, Mike. Hey, Melanie, I honestly, whether I ignore them or I engage with them or I mute them or whatever, they are stupid. They are lost. And I'm not worried about it. I bounce back quick. The haters are stupid. That's why they hate. I've dealt with that. You don't understand. I've actually lost jobs for being smart. I had a woman once fire me, and all she would say to me is, "You're just so smart. You're just so smart." That's all she would say to me. So I'm not worried about it. I have fried bigger fish. But you guys are cool. Okay. Every time I get silent, Gina's like, "Now would be a good time to go pee. Now would be a good time. And she's right. Hey, Mike, if it gives me the notification because you're a public person, I'll probably subscribe back. However they say that. Follow back is how they say it on Twitter. So I'll probably subscribe to you back. Whether I ever watch it, I don't doom scroll as much as I used to. I'm live more than I used to. I'll do my best. That's awesome to meet you, man. I know, Gina. I know. I'm doing it right now. I'll go right now. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the conversation. I'll say this. I think that people fail to realize that the worst part of homelessness, if there is a bad part, and there are lots of bad parts, the worst part is the fucking loneliness. Not being able to talk to any damn buddy. And look at that, we skipped the rain. We had a nice heavy rain while I've been in here. Emaciated? I am hungry, Warren. But yeah, I was beat up by my parents. I can't carry muscle on my torso the way that my torso is designed because I shattered. I ruined my left shoulder as a kid. Let's see if we can see my collarbone. I don't know if you can see it from the angle that I'm sitting. But this is not supposed to be bent like that. And this is not connected to anything. This free floats. I can't afford them, Warren. Hey, Melanie, that's why I do what I do. So thank you for sharing that. I'm not going to read it out loud to the future, so I'm not self-aggrandizing. But thank you for that. I broke my collarbone in middle school playing football, so I can't put on muscle. That hurts. Actually, I gotta stop fucking with that. I can't put on muscle in my upper torso like my torso wants to be able to. Ooh, and I wrecked my bike. Yeah, it is called my clavicle. Thank you for helping me with the word. I couldn't remember the word. I was thinking about too many things all at once, and I couldn't find the word in my brain. And then I tore my pelvic floor and shattered my left knee, my patella, and both CLs in a bike accident. So I can't carry more than about 150 pounds on my frame, or I just hurt. I ache all over. But if you want to know what I look like when I'm a healthy weight, I carried about 160 through the winter. And yes, I am a survivor, Gina. That's what I identify as. I'm not a victim, I'm a survivor. I will survive, and I will continue to survive until something finally kills me. Bicycle. I was a commuter bicyclist. Yeah. I was up to 22 and a half miles an hour. I could take 5 minutes, or this is probably not right. It probably wasn't a full 5 miles, but my commute, I could get down to 12 minutes. I was at 12 minutes. Whatever that is, 22 miles an hour in 12 minutes. Hello, Roth. Yeah. I don't try to contextualize women's height weight because it's rude. So I don't even know. Tall people problems. Yeah. My lower back is all a mess. I see you, Roth. Did I not acknowledge you? Hello, Roth. tall people problems for sure. Wanting to be acknowledged as one of the guys. I can't afford them, Warren, and I have no way to heat them up. And there's nowhere that sells pierogies in this town. I don't know if you think I'm in Poland or what, but there are no pierogies in Zanesville, Ohio. And isn't it P-I-E, pierogies? I know you don't know, Warren. Yeah, I can't afford... First of all, I can't afford the $3. I can't afford to store them, and I have no way to warm them up. Those are probably frozen. I have no way to heat them up. I'm not eating frozen pierogies. I have dignity. I don't understand why dignity is so hard for people to comprehend. Why don't I just start sucking my own dick on live cam too? Jesus Christ. I've been worse, Warhammer. How are you doing? Warren? No. I said I don't have any way to heat them up. That means that not only do I not have a little stove that runs on propane, I don't have anything to heat them up. I'm glad you're doing good, Warhammer. I'm not shouting at you. Only feats. That's right. Only feats. Feats don't fail me now. For those D&D fans in the audience. I'm always mad, relax. My life has been difficult, and I've been diagnosed with intermittent explosivity disorder. I'm sure, Warhammer, I've been told that I have a scary face. Wyatt, I do remember you. I don't remember why I remember you. Hopefully it was for good things. Your profile picture makes me think of that movie. I think it was Gwyneth Paltrow. I was talking about it the other day. It might have been called Up in the Air. Gwyneth Paltrow, I think, is a flight attendant, and Michael Myers is their teacher. Yeah, well, it's not about ignoring it, Melanie. It's about evaluating it for truth and moving past it when there's none. Yeah, well, it is normalized. Well, it's normalized on Twitter, Gina. YouTube is doing a really good job of keeping the pornography and the pornographers off of YouTube, and if on YouTube, relegated to difficult to find. You don't scroll across it. I don't scroll across it while doom scrolling shorts. I never have on this channel, and this channel only follows a handful of accounts, and I don't like anything. So I don't let the algorithm tailor anything to me. I just want to see what's out there. What am I competing with? Mostly garbage. Alright, Warhammer, we didn't have to say that. There are ways that we can behave like adults in an adult conversation, and then there are ways that we can try to trigger people that watched that happen when they were in high school. YouTube is doing a great job. TikTok is not doing a great job. But I was talking earlier today. I know it was Warhammer. That's why I didn't immediately mute you. But I was talking earlier today about how the trend right now is to use the community guidelines as a stripper pole. Warhammer, my mother used to say that a joke is only a joke if the audience laughs. I'm the audience, presumably. And I watched that happen, so it's not funny. I watched the first season of Stranger Things, Melanie. Yes, being mindful of how people might react to what you say. Just going, well, it's a joke. I killed her. It was just a joke. Hi, Gancho. I don't know it was funny, but I'm glad you laughed. I watched the first season of Stranger Things. I found the second season strained, and then everything that I saw about the following seasons I thought was derivative. What about Wednesday? Today's Wednesday. R. Kelly. Yep. And this is why I don't tend to read them out loud. Because people like Warren Grange are scumbags. I don't know it. Oh, Wednesday, like Wednesday Addams. I have no interest in the Family Addams kink, so I've never watched a single second of anything Family Addams brand. Yeah, pity me, your favorite Merc. Oh, my life sucks so bad. Send me money. She evicted me and I made her take me to court, Gina. That's how I got free. I made the state of Ohio decide that I needed to be homeless because I'm white and male and they're Democrats. That's what the judge told me. Enjoy homelessness. Thank you, Melanie. We're so close to 500. Once I cross 500, I can turn on the first stages of monetization and I can start to make pennies at this and not have to ask for money ever again. No, I don't have a wife or kids, Warhammer. I have an ex-wife. Yeah, woe is you, your favorite Merc, your life. And now you're going to actually talk about how your life sucked. You're gonna actually come in here. You're gonna project, and then you're gonna project. Get fucked. You missed that you had to skip to live? I don't understand. I don't understand what you mean, Gina. Oh, you said you missed that. You had to skip to live. I don't know what you mean, though. I don't know I do have a Cash App pinned in my description, OG. Go fuck yourself. Don't tell me what to do. And I haven't asked a single time. I've been live for 1 hour and 37 minutes. I've made $9. I haven't asked for anything once. And then you're going to show up 1 hour and 37 minutes in and tell me how to do my job. Get fucked, OG. Be good at something. Yeah, I'm glad the judge was honest too, because when I burn his house down, he'll deserve it. My chat would be better if you weren't in it, OG. I haven't asked once. I would really appreciate if you did that, Melanie. That would be very cool. I am totally fine. I want to be honest. Totally fine with pity subscriptions. Oh, that's interesting. She took me, I forced her to take me to, I forced her to take me to court because she kept trying to give me this, I'm breaking up with you, we're getting back together, don't leave me, I'm breaking up with you, don't leave me, I'll get better, I'm breaking up with you, I'll get better, for 4 years. And I tolerated it because food and opportunity to write and get good at the skill of video editing so that I could feel confident to do this in the future. And so when she showed up in my room and told me, I don't want you living here anymore, after my cat had died, I told her, you're going to have to evict me. And the eviction notice showed up a week later, and then I took her to court 2 weeks later, and I went. Nah, I wasn't begging or pretending. No begging or pretending. I have dignity. So when she started punching me in the face, I did my time in HRSA, and I had my therapist, so I had a paper trail that I wasn't the violent or dangerous one. No, I don't have super likes, Warhammer. You can't donate here directly to YouTube Live until I have super likes, which take me yes, I am good to get out. This is the best my life has ever been. I love my tent. I don't have super likes until 1,000 subs. I'm at whatever Melanie said, 467 is what I'm up to today. I was in the 430s when I woke up today, so today has been a remarkably productive day for as many technical difficulties as I've had. Remarkably productive. You guys have been awesome. Future audience who's watching all 5 of these productions now, you have been awesome. Literally awesome. You take my breath away. Sometimes when I turn these off, I just have to sit and gratitude cry. Because gratitude, I've been told that the gratitude crying on the lives is too sentimental and makes people feel like they need to look away. So I do my best to hold it in. But yeah, I appreciate being old school. I get it. I get it. I look like I'm trying to scam somebody. I get it. Hey, she take her time. She's welcome to. I'll be here. I'm not going anywhere. It's like I tell the kids at the counter when they apologize because it took too long to get to me. It always takes too long. And what I always say is, I'm not going anywhere. It's not like I'm going to choose another store to sit and fuck off in all day. I wish, well, Gina, let's talk about that a little bit. Because as a public educator, I need to talk about this. Because YouTube isn't pushing the shorts. YouTube actually isn't the one promoting the shorts. What's happening is that YouTube is actually not promoting the shorts. YouTube is actually making it extremely difficult to monetize shorts. Shorts are actually not monetized on views or likes, they're monetized on watch hours. This is what your creator isn't telling you. Your content creators that make shorts, if I'm flipping you off, deal with it. They're not telling you the truth. They're monetized on watch hours. The content creators are promoting the shorts because they can use the TikTok video studio to make shorts that they can then post with one button to Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok, where they can make 3 times the monetization off one job. So YouTube actually is pushing content that's over 20 minutes long. YouTube wants you watching things that are longer than 22 minutes because 21 minutes is the cutoff for long form attention spans among the creators. The content creators don't want to make videos that are longer than 20 minutes because they take longer to edit, to export, and to upload to YouTube. And all of that time is time that they're sat staring at the screen rather than doing something else to make money, like reading the next book, writing the next script, making shorts, going live. So it's YouTube's not the problem. YouTube is doing their very best to make shorts a pain in the ass. They want you watching these long forms because they want you on premium, and what they want you to do is turn on the app, turn off the video, and listen to the audio and just leave it running all day long. That's what YouTube wants. YouTube doesn't want the ad revenue monetization nonsense. Get a flip phone? Yeah, just go back to the old days. I wouldn't delete YouTube, Jib. YouTube is of the social media apps, YouTube is the only one that's doing its best to provide quality content, provide a quality community. The super like threshold at 1,000 is extremely fair. I have no opinion about anyone in New Jersey, Officer Anderson. I have no opinion about New Jersey. I've never even seen an officer in New Jersey to admire him or her. No, C-Wag, that is an incredibly inappropriate question to ask. I'm in Ohio, Anderson. You don't know what New Jersey's like anymore? That's funny to me. I guess you're an immigrant from New Jersey? Oh, you've never been there. That's funny. Usually... Hello, that guy. It's nice to make your acquaintance so far. Thank you for stopping by. It's okay, Gina. I don't think you're in trouble or have anything to be in trouble for. our cosplayer is being aggressive for no reason. Hello, Mo. Do you pronounce the Y? Is it Myent? My favorite YouTube channel, Jib, is the Neebs Gaming guys. I've been watching a lot of the Neebs Gaming Magic Dumpster, because the Section 1 videos are unedited, and they're about an hour long, so I can time my day more reliably by them. Oh, I am a madman, Warhammer. I'm insane, for sure, but thank you. My favorite band right now, Melanie, is a sensitive subject. My favorite band was Catatonia, and then Anders Nystrom left the band. So I don't know how to answer that right now. Mastodon would be my fallback, but fucking Brent Hinds left the band. My favorite singer right now to emulate is James Hetfield of Metallica. I've been listening to a lot of Metallica right now. I figured he was a cosplayer. My favorite Doritos flavor is the originals, but Cooler Ranch are fun too. Greg, I don't understand what the things you're saying mean, that guy. You like Metallica too, Warhammer? I have seen Pacific Rim. I've seen it once, but I watched it with a girlfriend in about 2014, maybe 2013. I don't have any opinions about it now. Yeah, I actually, come to think of it, Sun Chips are nice, but I lived on Doritos and Mountain Dew for the last 2 years. A bag of Doritos and a 12-pack of Mountain Dew. I don't work out, Jib, but I try to walk a few miles a day. I can't work out. I've talked about the devastation, the damage that my body has accrued over my lifetime. I can't carry muscle. Don't be sorry. You didn't do it, unless you did it. Are you God? Don't answer that. I know the way the internet is inclined to answer that question. Yes, Warhammer. It's in the description of this video, and it's in my profile. I know, Gina, I don't go to the library anymore. I don't go to the library for 2 reasons. One, I don't go to the library because I accidentally committed a social faux pas in a small town. I fell in love with one of the librarians before I knew that she was, no, I don't, Star Fox, but if you subscribe to my Patreon for $100 a month or more and ask nicely and then wait 4 weeks, I might make one. But I fell in love with one of the librarians before I realized that she was married, and I gave her a courtship trinket and everything. I made her a bracelet, and then I realized that she was married. About a week later, after I had been writing about her in my journals that were going up on the Patreon, and I didn't realize I'd written her name in them, and I gave the hard copy to one of the women that rode the bus and talked to me, and she told the woman that I had fallen in love with that I'd fallen in love with her and that I was writing about her. And so all of the women in the library knew. And the other reason I don't go is because Zanesville, Ohio has the highest per capita homeless population in Ohio. And the library was might still be going through renovations. So the space that was open to the public was smaller than the dining room of this store. So if I can turn this, it was smaller than that space that you can see right there, and filled with 10 to 15 homeless people besides myself, who all stank and were very loud and very rude, and none of them was being respectful of the library. So no, I do not go to the library. I'm glad that you love the library. What you just described, Jib, being quiet and everyone being well behaved, is not our library. It's not the. I haven't gotten a notification yet, Warhammer. But it might be slow. I'll let you know if I get it while I'm on this stream. I need to turn off D&D. No, D&D's been off. Yeah, my Cash App can be weird with new people. It can act like I'm scamming. I mentioned that. I don't know why my PayPal and Cash App do that. Yeah, I avoid the other homeless because they're rude, stupid, violent. Hello, Guzman. Okay, I don't think that's cute or funny, Warhammer, if you're pulling my leg. Because that's too much. That's significantly more than a sandwich or the price of admission to go see another movie. It's just inappropriate. Need is a strong word, Theophilus. What I need is, Mr. Lover of God, what I need is a sustainable and reliable Patreon income that I can know I'm going to be able to rely on every month. And I need $1,000 a month. That's what I need. Thank you, Melanie. I really appreciate that. You can give as much as you like. Patreon is a website where you can directly support artists. You can buy their work, and then it has a subscription model. I did look into Social Security. They denied me. So did food stamps. Yeah, they all of the Social Security nets denied me because we have a Democrat majority government in Ohio. This is what I do, Theophilus. It is inappropriate, Melanie, but if they're going to pay me $100 a month, I'll show them my flaccid penis. No, I don't care that much, Gina. If they want to see the hernia rashes and the hernia scars from my body stretching around my guts hanging out of my pelvis, I'll send them pictures of that for $100 a month. I don't give a fuck. Doesn't affect my dignity. I have been trying to move on from it decent, and you keep bringing it up. Well, yeah. I'm not worried about it, Gina. There are people that need that. I don't need it. I have skills that can feed me. I think I've proved that over 10 months. It would be better if people weren't trying to get under my skin all day decent. But it's a pretty good day. I've made $9. I eventually did get up to go pee. Winter is coming. I'm ready for winter. I did last winter, and without any money, and I've got, you don't understand how prepared I am for the winter. I'm excited about the winter. I'm gonna be sweating less. I am a writer, Jib. I have probably approaching 1 million words on my Patreon right now. Oh, Gina, you were asking me what Patreon is. It's a website that you can support artists directly. I have my literary work there. Yeah, I am mentally strong. That's why I take them on until I get annoyed and they distract me. No, Gina, I don't like fishing. I think it's cruel. I did too much LSD, so I can't not think about what it would be like to have a fish hook in my mouth. I even try to watch the videos for the people that like it and are humane about it, and I just can't. I just can't. It's a failing on my part. I can't eat food that looks like it came from an animal either, though. It has to be ground or so tasty, there's no thinking about it while you're shoving it in your face. So like bone-in food that's not spare pork ribs, I can't do. Because I think, that could be my leg. Hello, Alice. Please be cool. I have a tent, Paul. You get out of the world, Big Jerome, what you put into it. I don't become a vegetarian, Jib, because vegetables are too expensive. I don't think I saw what you said earlier, Michael. When I was working, when I was taking an hourly, no, I'm not British, Oscar. When I was taking an hourly wage, when I was living as a wage slave, I did live plant-based. I am really, really sorry to hear that, Gina. Growing up before safety regs in the 90s was a real... I was talking about this morning, that surviving childhood before the 90s was a real crapshoot. I don't, Alice Rebecca. It's too expensive to be vegetarian. You'll die, you'll starve of nutrients. You'll starve of the necessary life nutrients on vegetarianism if you're not independently wealthy, or you don't make your wage slavery about eating vegetables. It's not a lifestyle choice. It's a class. No, I don't forage. Vegetarianism has always been an expression of class superiority. And what I mean by that is that only rich people have ever been able to afford to be vegetarian. And the reason that is because peasant food went out of style in the 1950s when the world was suddenly prosperous because World War II was over. I wouldn't have any weight left to lose, Jib. If I went plant-based, my body would literally start to eat my muscles. Okay, decent. If you can find good organic fruits in Zanesville, Ohio, good luck. Yeah, Gina. I used LSD to confront my mental health. I don't know what about India. Jib, we're not talking about India. I'm talking about the United States. Yeah, being vegetarian before 1950, like I said, was what poor people did. No, Alice, I don't use any other social media. I'm not sorry I did it. I did it on purpose. I spent 1.5 years of my life dosing every other weekend, and 6 months of that microdosing every other day. I'm not lonely when I'm talking to you guys. That's why I'm doing this. It does get lonely sometimes. None of the women in town will talk to me. Well, yeah, you got to go into it knowing yourself. I already had 20 years of Zen Buddhism before I did LSD. I didn't do LSD until I was in my 30s. Alice, I've told you this before. I've said it while you were here, and I'll say it again. If you sub to the Patreon for $100 a month, and you stay for 4 weeks, so that I get $200, I will send you pictures of my diddle. No, Victor, what you mean to say is you're never alone if you have dissociative identity disorder. Schizophrenia is not multiple personalities. Have I got any advice for bullying? It depends on what you're asking me. And the clinical and literary evidence says that the way that you deal with bullying is by stopping it. So you either say, fucking quit it, or I'm going to retaliate here and now between me and you, bully, or someone outside the situation says exactly that to the bully. You heard me, Alice. You end bullying by ending it. You stand up to the bully. I swear to God, this guy is just trying to piss me off. You're being very rude to me, Alice. You're being extremely sexually aggressive. You shouldn't hate the bully, Victor. They don't know that what they're doing is bad. They're doing their best to toughen you up. And I keep telling you I don't use any other apps. You've asked me this is 4 times now. Damn. More like fiddle my diddle, but you know, whatever. Tiresome, man. Tiresome. That shit was tiresome when we were kids in the 90s. I have no opinion about John. I don't know the difference sonically in John Denver. I don't know the difference sonically in John Denver and the other harmonica guy. My diddle is indeed homeless too. It's also dramatically broken. Hello, Lion Lang. It's good to see you again. Oh, it's good to be seen by you again. It's good to see your PFP again. Bump, you haven't visited anywhere but the bathroom in decades. No, I ended it, Alice. I ended it. I swear to God, you can tell the women that have never been broken up with. Just by establishing a boundary. Being a kid in the 60s and 70s was a great way to get snatched up by a serial killer too, Victor. I don't remember, Jib. I don't know what you're asking me. I'm 6'3", decent guy. What's Weong, Victor? What's Weong? I need a faster way to mute these people. They were definitely not simpler times. The 1970s were decidedly not simpler. Irony is calling out the riffraff as riffraff. Am I, Victor? I'm too young. I'm too young to have read a book about the serial killers of the 1960s. You're too fucking stupid to continue talking to me. God damn, you're lucky you're not in my person, or I would have actually slapped you in the mouth. Yeah, just watch any movie set in the 1970s. Fuck, watch any movie from the 1970s. 1970s were a good time to die a child. The epidemic of mothers that were told in the 1970s not to breastfeed because it was bad for them. Yeah, great time. Obviously, the first shift of the Eastern Standard Time Zone is emptying out. People are waiting for 5 o'clock, so they've come to bother me for some reason. You can tell all the people who shouldn't even be alive, let alone have incomes, just by what they say in group chat or in live chats. None of these people should have survived childhood. Right now, Children of the Void, it's about me telling you that the people in the chat of the last few minutes shouldn't have survived childhood. That's what this is about. What does it seem like it's about, Children of the Void? What does my description of this video say it's about? What does the description of my channel say that my channel's about? Melanie Martinez makes alternative music. I haven't heard her music. Her music sounds kiddie. Well, that's the move among women right now, is to go back to a simpler, almost kids bop sound. It wouldn't vibe with me. I can promise you it wouldn't vibe with me, because she's a young woman and I have never been a young woman. But I'm glad that I'm glad that she reaches toward deeper meaning in her lyrics. So it's not like the songs that I hear and hear. Ugh. Move right on past that nonsense. Ugh. I don't feel much about politics, Ed. Oh, I'm not taking it out. I'm expressing it. And yeah, I'm clearly frustrated, Child of the Void. I don't know what that means, Jib, the sensual stuff. What does that mean, Eddie? You and probably half of Piketon bumped in. Depends on how you mean, Gina. The kids who work here, some of them can be. They won't talk to me. A couple of the women bat their eyelashes at me. That's about as nice as they get to me. A few of them have bought me lunch. Most of them just kind of stare at me with big eyes. A few of the girls are uncomfortably nice. I don't care about politics. Hello, Ghost and Too Short. He's actually going to count them up. He actually is. He's actually numbered. Steven C, I have made $9 today, but I haven't planned to order anything from the Panera now. We're not really discussing anything in particular, Ghost. I'm just kind of, I'm here to share the interesting people of YouTube as a curator of comment sections. Jib, my favorite philosopher, is a hard question to answer. Plato, maybe Diogenes. It's hard to answer because I think that philosophy and philosophers are bullshit. Melanie, if you choose to make a fan edit of my work, that would be very cool. But do I want you to? I don't know how to answer that question. I'm going to answer it honestly and say, is it something I actively think that I want? No. But if you did it, I'd think that was very cool. Thought about maintenance? What do you mean by thought about maintenance, Gina? I'm divorced. Louis? Is it Louise? I'm in a Panera, Ghost. Alan Watts is the most bullshit. Alan Watts is the sound of drowning one's own asshole. I do not know Simone Weil. I just want to repeat this so everyone heard me say it. Alan Watts' voice is the sound of one drowning in one's own asshole. My plan for the winter is to do what I did last year. I still have all of my gear. I'm gonna need to find about $100 for a thermal hiking shirt and a thermal hiking pair of pants, maybe 2, so I can do laundry. And then I'm gonna want a balaclava, and I'm gonna need an all-weather jacket. So, $250, maybe $300. Those are my plans. I still have my sleeping bag from last winter, and my tent is the same tent that I survived last winter in. Too bad I'm not in a subway. Hello, Jeremy Wan. My favorite poem is T.S. Eliot. I don't remember what it's called, but the one where he says, "This is how the world ends, not with a bang, but with a whimper." No, I've never thought about working in maintenance. That's not among my skill sets or interests. And yes, Alan Watts is for spiritual children, spiritual infants. I have never tried to dance salsa. I'm not a natural dancer. Balaclava. I do have feet. I don't get firewood. I'm not allowed to have a fire at my tent. I'm 6'3" ghost. Baklava is the food. No, I was never able to fence it. The spine eventually broke and I had to replace my tent, Melanie. I still owe $250 in CashApp credit on that tent, by the way. Hello. I don't know how to answer that question, Lewis. Yes, art is my forte, and writing, reading, and human interpersonal communication, training, teaching, communicating is my skill set. I was an elder brother, and I took it very seriously. I would make a natural motivational speaker if I were also a pathological liar and psychopath. But I'm not a pathological liar. My specialty was margaritas. I'm a leader. I just got tired of that person. It depends on what you mean by that, dropping deuces. Do I sell my art? I have art that I've made as previous egos that I sell because those people are dead. But no, everything that I make artistically now I give away for free. I have podcasts on Spotify from a previous ego, Melanie, talking to myself, gaming. But no, I don't have anything on playlist in a real way. Not on playlist, on Spotify in a real way. I've focused on YouTube exclusively so that I'm not obviously trying to make money, because I'm not trying to make money. I'm not trying to get rich. I'm not trying to get famous. I'm trying to make an impact, and I'm trying to make a living. I'm trying to top out at $1,000 a month, and if I make more than that, I'm just going to be spending it on promoting other people's art. I've never done DMT, Lewis. I miss hot showers, Jib. I miss hot water. That's what I miss. I miss standing under a hot shower and trying to melt my body down the drain. That's what I miss. Standing under the water until it's cold, and then standing in a hot shower, a hot bathroom. That's what I miss. That's the only thing I miss. That's the only thing I ever think about when I think about having a home. I miss having a kitchen and a refrigerator, but the only thing I fantasize is about the hot shower. Like I was talking yesterday. No, I don't do painting. I'm not a visual artist. I don't have that. I don't have that skill. I can't make it work, and it makes me angry. XX Cup, I would love to say that I remember you. I'm sorry that I don't, but thank you for saying I look good, I guess. I guess I didn't look good last time you saw me, so that's probably why I don't remember you. I was probably not doing well, mentally and emotionally either. Ghost, as far as visual media, I work in macrame, but it's going to take me about another $300 to have a setup so that I can start to work again. Let's see if this will let me. No, it won't let me. I'm more than proficient at macrame. I'm very good. I'm good enough that the stuff that you see is boring and stupid to me. My name is Vincent, Ethan. God will know who you mean if you call me Shaggy Phil, or just Shaggy Phil. Joe Rogan and I wouldn't be able to sit in that enclosed space for that long without him needing to kick my ass, Ghost. Lewis, if I could move to Costa Rica, do you think that I would be in Ohio? And I technically do work from my home, pal. I pay $15 a month to come to this Panera. And I have a tent that I also shoot from. Because I don't like Joe Rogan. And he would be constantly feeling the need to measure himself against my turgid intelligence. And I would be constantly insulting his. So he would feel that the need to kick my ass. We couldn't be in that confined space for that long. I can't listen to his podcast for more than about 7 minutes before I have to turn it off. I don't know who that is. I don't know who either of those people are. But if I feel the way I do about Joe Rogan, the rest of your influences are probably going to be people I feel strongly negatively about as well. There's a reason that I'm doing my show and not their show. It's because I feel strongly negative about their show. I need a toothpick. Oh, we could work it out. I'm saying he would strongly feel the need to beat my ass because I would be reminding him with everything I say of how stupid he is because I have no need to work anything out with his dumb ass. You did 120 bicep curls today. That seems like a lot of time that you could have been doing something interesting and useful, Jib. But if it made you feel good about how you spent the time that you had to waste, A+, pal. Why didn't you do 121? Or 122 for the 11 squared? Or why not 144 for the 12 squared? That sounds like a massive amount of time you could have been improving at a skill. What's up, Kyle? I'm doing great, buddy. But I'm sure that I'm sure that women are very impressed with your biceps. Working out makes you dumber. Sorry, Jib, but I'm going to use you as a supporting example of what I said because you just said the sentence, my skill is getting stronger. It's not being strong, it's getting stronger. It's not a skill. But it is lucrative, so do you, pal. I'm happy to hear that you gave yourself to God, Ethan. The tragedy is a bummer. That's fine, Jib. I don't think I gendered you on purpose. If I did, I'm sorry. Sure, but bicep curls are an investment in time that you could have been investing in a skill from my perspective. If you're sharing for my response, that's my response. Good for you. I'm glad you did it. But you could have, working out makes you dumber because you're not associating new neurons. But I'm happy for you. It makes you happy, go for it. It most definitely filled you with a whole bunch of endorphins and testosterone. So, great. Working out does a lot of things. but what it doesn't do is make you smarter. Hello, Steve. Don't call me sweetie. I'm not your friend, let alone somebody whose identity and appellation you can take liberties with. Everything you're saying is wrong, Lewis, and you're going to say it one more time, and you're going to make me tell you that everything you're saying is wrong one more time, and I'm just going to mute you. I'm not here to argue with you. I'm at a Panera in Zanesville, Justin. Gay men are the worst. Just the worst. I did say the human body doesn't need exercise. I've talked before about how I try to make sure that I walk 2 miles a day every single day. Why are you giving me shit? I don't use my exercise time as a time to talk about it, though. I don't get into random chats and tell people I walked for 2 miles today. No, I don't talk to my family, Gina, and I prefer when my father doesn't text me. I haven't spoken to anybody in my family in a meaningful way since 2005. My sisters are too young. They blamed me. They blamed me for the abuse that I shielded them from that then got transferred to them. So my mother convinced them that I abandoned them, so they all believe that. I haven't spoken to her since she kicked me out, and I just really prefer when my father doesn't text me. I'm not judging, Ethan. I just said what I said. Exercise and working out are two very different things, Kyle. Sitting and doing this 120 times is very different than listening to an audiobook and going for a walk. They're just different things. I didn't say that Jib was wasting time. I said if they feel good about the time that they had to waste and how they spent it, then I'm happy for them. That's the opposite of judgment. Plan? No. Desire? Yes. As far as moving out of Ohio. Gina, no, I do not plan to move out of Ohio, but I desire to. I used to throw a kettlebell around while I watched Great Courses lectures on television. I get it. I get it. That was about 180 degrees, Jesse Messervey. There you go. Fags, man. Just the worst. I am at work, big league. I'm not telling you that. And I don't think I'm eating. Why do you come to my lives? And why do I take you seriously every time? If I had $1 million, I would give away as much of it as I possibly could. Yes, I am vaping inside, and I just realized there are kids that I just blew downwind. I'm a bad person, yes, what about it? I just blew smoke, I just blew weed all over that family, and that was enough to get every one of them actually high. ChatGPT says a lot of things, Lewis, and I told you had one more chance. Yeah, bulking up doesn't do anything, and look, I'm not arguing with Jib. I'm not telling Jib that Jib is a dumb person. But what I am saying, that person tried to tell me that working out makes you smart, and it doesn't. I'm not doing it again, Mighty. I don't feel anything, Ethan. I try to remain uninformed because I'm not being paid by anyone to be informed about politics. My specialty is in the religious and theological. No, I wouldn't emigrate to Canada. Jib, I'm not saying you were a dumb person. I wasn't even trying to criticize you. I was just trying to say something funny. Sure. Sure. Using your body will absolutely free up your mind, for sure. Canada is very a lot of things. Canada is just extra, and I'm just not interested. Everyone I've ever been acquainted with over a long period of time from Canada was completely insufferable. Just completely insufferable. Intolerable. I could no longer tolerate them after a certain amount of time. Yeah, the Melanie, my glasses have aged in a really, really interesting and visually appealing way. Okay, so as far as Third Temple, Jerusalem needs to never happen, regardless of prophecy or anything. Third Temple, Jerusalem needs to be prevented from ever happening. And the desertification and wasteland of our world was predicted in every major religion. That's what I feel about the changes in the world, regardless of a biblical perspective. Every religion has wasteland mythology about our current government. I'm in a Panera, and there's a family with small children enjoying their lunch to Vosies. I don't know exactly where Oceana is. Papi Pipa? Maori? Okay. The whole world is fucked. Look at who our leaders are, and look who our leaders have been for the last 50 years. Heard that, KJ. I don't know that I got that email, but I'm looking out for it. My email can. All of my online presence thinks that I'm a scammer, so it's probably in my spam. I'm keeping an eye out for it. What did I say to you? Yeah. I'm in a Panera. There's a family in here. Inside New Zealand knowledge. I don't know what Wisconsin's like, Gina. Wisconsin, as far as I know, is boring. I'm so close to 500, Melanie. I am so close. I don't know where I'm at. I can't see it, but... Oh, I would never let anyone discourage me, Ethan. I have pathological demand avoidance, so everyone who's tried to discourage me in my life is no longer in my life. That's why I'm alone. I don't do no very well. I don't react well to no at all. Really, that's really impressive. Thank you, Melanie. Thank you for caring. I would prefer not to, Ghost, because there are people in here that haven't consented to being on a live stream. There's nothing unethical about background noise, them being a part of the background when they know that I'm streaming, because they can see my phone, they can see my face on my phone, and they can hear me, but it is unethical to put them on the camera without their permission. That's a breach of their privacy. Especially because they're not going to, if you were to pay me to do that, they wouldn't see any of those proceeds unless I gave it to them. And you aren't paying me anything. This is why television has to get waivers. I've shown the restaurant before. I'll show the interior of the restaurant when there's nobody in it. People are curious. I love to know what the interiors of restaurants look like. I'm very curious about that architecture. I don't mind the question. I just have to, I'm not saying no. My parents were the kind of parents who would go no, and then my dad hit if I asked why, so I don't mind answering why. I would have to pay them, ethically, to be in the video after getting their permission. Correct, Ghost. If you were to be like, oh, that's cool, thank you for doing that, here's $10, I would need to give them 5 of it for being a part of the video. And I'm using the word need. It's not about have to, it's need. I would feel compelled. I've done that before. Done things like that before. I don't like to tell stories of the virtuous things I've done before. Lay it on me, Ramon. Typically when we announce that we have a question, we front that with a tip, but I don't have super likes, so I can't hold anybody to that. Justin, this is my channel. That's what this channel is. Welcome back, Teresa. I can talk. I was that guy at work. I was the talky guy. Keep everybody talking so they're not thinking about how bad this fucking environment sucks. If I could change anything about the world, what would I change about it? I would change the way we educate children. I do play video games sometimes, Justin. I've been doing a lot more of this lately, not just because it's more lucrative, but because there are people here. Unloading? You have a black cat, Teresa? I don't know. All is well. I don't know that I'm unloading. I'm just talking. It's a skill set that I have, so I'm manipulating it. Like is a strong word for how I feel about Call of Duty, but if I have friends who are playing, I will play. I like playing with friends. I like playing anything so long as my friends are really good at it or just really like it. Well, maybe you talk too much. That's relative to the person that you're with, Teresa. If you got somebody who really likes this, just that you're talking, then there's never too much that you could talk. Thank you for the compliment, Teresa. Well, my glasses are aged, Gina. They're just old. They're women's glasses, too. Thank you, Shannon. That's intense. It's cold in here. Now, tabletop wargaming is not something I have ever played, but if you're asking me if it's something that if I had the independent wealth necessary and the skill set, I would, yes. The skill set to paint the miniatures, yes, I would be the biggest tabletop wargaming nerd in the history of the universe if I had independent wealth. That's all I would do with my time. You're a chatty person too, Kyle. I gave you a shout out, Shannon. I said that was intense. Well, that's kind of how that works, Ghost. You're watching Shaggy's Fountain, Deepoke. I'm curating YouTube's live chat. Hey, I am glad that you hate AI as well. I find it useful, but I also understand it. Thank you for letting me know that, Ethan. I wouldn't say that I'm into martial arts, Justin, but I am interested. My body is too broken to be involved in martial arts, but I grew up fighting. My dad was a boxer. Sorry, Shannon. AI is just another tool. It's all about the user. You don't like the users of AI that you're aware of, that's how I read that sentence. I can't tell if it's raining or thundering outside, but it is so cold in here. Intelligence is all is intelligence, yes. I've never been on a motorcycle, Ghost. Can't afford it. I always wanted one, but my pelvis is too ruined to sit on a motorcycle. Okay, Shannon, you're the all caps. What are you, a Republican newsletter? I mean, I could ask the AI and it would open the Google, because I use Gemini AI. What Gemini would do is open the Google Weather app that I have on my phone, the widget. I can't tell because of the way that the blacktop is. The blacktop is wet, and so I can't see it. I got them from one of the online retailers. I don't remember the name. It means that your all caps are unnecessary. It's a joke about Republicans being backward. Yeah, shout out to all the Republicans out there, Jay. What are you, a Republican newsletter? It's just a funny thing to say. I wish I could remember that guy's name. Just They're talking back, Louie. Why do you... Shannon, you really got to stop with the cats. There he is, the secret sheet, the secret suite. I'm so embarrassed about that, but I'm glad that it... I'm glad that it's a thing that didn't upset you. Because I engage with them, Fadi, because I take them seriously initially. I can tell, Shannon, you really need attention. You have not that you can't pay, not that you have a deficit of attention to pay, but you have a deficit of attention that you feel like you are receiving. Slimmy Slim, I would smash some buttermilk biscuits with sausage gravy right now. Yes, Wyatt, I remember you. I talked about how your icon reminds me of that movie with Gwyneth Paltrow, I think is who it's in. People are weird, man. But, Fadi, the reason that people, the reason I have so many trolls is because I take them seriously when they show up, and so they think it's an opportunity to... That's really cute, Kyle. I'm really glad to hear that. That's really cute. That makes me really happy. Okay, what's your best movie, Teresa? You sound like you have a really cool wife. I'm gonna be honest with you, Kyle. Not that I want her, but I always admire dudes who have cool wives. No, Ghost. It wouldn't be entertaining and they wouldn't pay me enough. I know enough about numerology, Gina, to keep up when people who do know about it talk about it. And to know that my birth date, 07/01/1987, is a 33, which is supposed to indicate that I'm a 33rd ascendant soul and this is my last life. Bye, Shannon. Dirty Dancing is your favorite movie? Teresa? Hungry Eyes by Steve Dave. Hello, Dinky. Calamari. Why do I do that? I'm just stoned enough. That's another reason. My favorite movies are Disney's animated Aladdin, Die Hard the first. Actually, Die Hard the third is my favorite, but Die Hard the first, and Blade Runner 2049. Ghost Rider was your favorite, Wyatt? 3/11/87. That's cool. I haven't met anybody here, Analog Static, from 87 yet, so you're my first. That's what people say about me, Gina. People who know numerology, that's what they say about me. I had a fortune teller show up on my 33rd birthday on OkCupid, matched me, not didn't even match. She sent me the message that I was a 33rd ascendant soul and all of these things, and that her spirit guide told her to tell me that. And I was trying to ask her questions, and she blocked me. So, I believe her. Ace Ventura, Dinky? Please don't say things that hurt my feelings, because Ace Ventura is one of my favorite movies. Princess Bride by Teresa. That's what they say, Gina. I don't know if it's true, but all of the people that I resonate with spiritually died as ascended masters. So, you like series more, Melanie? Me too. I prefer series to movies. No, I think that she 33% did not like me. Yes. This is supposed to be my 33rd cycle and final life. This is supposed to end in ascension. Sure, GG33, sure. No, I mean, I've done the research. I don't memorize it. Reading tarot is an extremely uncanny experience for me. The cards literally speak to me. Somebody else will have to buy me a deck if they want me to do that. Well, actually, I don't think it meant that, Steve. Oh, you don't have to believe it happened. I don't care that you believe it happened. I don't know which Snow White movie, Ghost. I watched the original Disney. I haven't watched any of the updates. I was born on the 1st. I don't really care for tarot either. Reading it is uncanny. Coraline is a movie I did not like. I haven't seen Terrifier or Strange Magic, Denki. I haven't seen a lot of movies. The Shark movie? I haven't seen that either. We'll see, Melanie. Reasonably intelligent makes it sound like you're saying I'm like an 87 of 100. So I'm trying not to be insulted. Because you're not trying to downplay me. You're trying to not make it sound like you're hero worshiping me. You don't want me to get my ego inflated. Yeah, anything that can tell the future does put a bad spirit on you, because the random isn't random. It's being influenced by extra material intelligences, Gina. And if you don't give those things what they want for answers, they'll fuck with your life. I wouldn't call myself a fan of anime, Ghost. I've watched a little bit. I'm not joking about the fuck with your life thing, Gina. I'm not joking. I have extra human intelligences that follow me around and fuck with my life. I have a trickster entity that steals my shit. And sometimes it makes things that I need materialize. Follow God always. Yeah, just do what Jesus said. Or just live like a Jew. But don't do the other Abrahamic faith. That is a demonic possession. That's a false entity claiming to be the supreme. The negative ones can only follow us if we invite them in, Gina. They have there are rules. They are bound by very very strict and very tight rules, and the negative ones can only follow us if we allow them. What's up, Alec? How much is a joint? I don't know. Pre-rolls are really fucking expensive though. Like if I were to try to get a little 10 of pre-rolls, the one store sells them for 100 for 10. That was way too much. I'm glad you do, Gina. You can help me if I have questions. That's right, Teresa. Everything is beautiful if you know where to look and how. No, don't invite them in. Just don't ask them to come in, Gina, and they won't. They can't. They're not allowed. The whole I spent a lot of the last 2 years researching Father Gabriele Amorth. I don't know if you know who Gabriele Amorth is, but Father Gabriele Amorth is the Italian counterpart to Ed and Lorraine Warren. And I followed a bunch of Ed and Lorraine Warren's career too. I've read a bunch of the books about them. And Father Gabriele Amorth has a book called The Devil is Afraid of Me, and evil is afraid of us. That the power of Christ compels you. The only time that doesn't work is if you actually don't believe that it will work. All you have to do is believe that it will work, and you don't even have to be a lifelong believer. Just believe that it will work, because that's what Jesus said. Just believe in me, and you're saved already. Just believe, and you're already saved. I know, Tyrant. I know. How many times do you think I've heard that today? That I look like low budget this or low budget that? You got a no fear sticker on the back of your truck, Teresa? You don't know what that is. Don't ask. Just move on past it. I do know myself. I have no fear. That's correct. No fear. God and I have a conversation waiting if somebody decides that they want to murder me. No, I'm not my God, but I am a spark of the divine. I know that I am a differentiation of it, and that when I leave this body, I will be returning to it with information that it wants, and that it and I are going to have a conversation. Because this life is bullshit. Don't tell me how to talk, Steve. Actually, if you don't like the way I talk, here, I'll help you out. I am not God. the first mistake every wizard makes is mistaking themselves for God. I wouldn't say I'm beautiful, but not by your definition. You'd have to use my definition of the word beautiful. Sure, I'm full of humanity. I'm not loved, but I will be someday. None of you knows me well enough to actually love me. But I am liked right now. I'm liked at a much, much higher rate than I ever was. And I don't even mean those thumbs. Thank you for the 30 of them. But I am liked more than I ever was in my life. And that's the work that I put in on myself. I understand what you're trying to say. Yes, I am me. And the irony is that I'm not using my own name. So, but I am me. And Ghost, I know what you're trying to say, but you'll understand someday if you stick around long enough and you listen. Sorry. Eventually I'll get used to not putting my finger in your face to check when I get a notification. Thank you guys for being so active. I know that everybody is always, make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, make sure you engage, but thank you for being so active. I'm not trying to create things for engagement. It depends, Ghost. It depends on how you mean, buddy. Like, it depends on... It just depends. I'm sorry, Tyrant. It's just we're not meeting in a gas station and making small talk, buddy. And I don't know what you look like, so I can't reciprocate with that joke. I know I look like low-budget Jim Carrey. I hear you. I know what you're trying to say, Ghost. I know what you're trying to say. I'm not telling you no. I'm not pushing you away. That's interesting, Gina. Those are interesting metaphors that they use to try to articulate that idea. Those metaphors turn me off and push me away, but I'm glad they work for you. I read way too much. Way too much. Hello, THC. It's 420 somewhere, right? You couldn't see that. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to tell you that you need to read different books, but you need to read different books. I need to read different books. Enthusiastic to a degree. Yeah, sure. I get up. I have bipolar type 2, so my enthusiasm tends to look like mania. So I try to keep it at a 0, and then people accuse me of being a sociopath because I try to keep my energy levels at a 0. Well, time's only a wasting if you're spending it in an unproductive way, Phil. I haven't read the Quran, Justin. Favorite book is a question that I'm still trying to answer for OD. I think it's DO. Someone asked me that yesterday, and I don't have a good answer for that question, Ghost. I'm still working on that. Yeah, I'm bipolar type 2. So the answer that I gave them to remain consistent, because it's true, is Poimandres, the man shepherd. That's the book that I go to when I need to read a book because I need to take my mind off something. I'm honest about it because I know what's going on. I've been reading psychological literature since I was in 4th grade. 8.5, Phil. So if anything, the people that do the autism awareness, and so they're insufferable dickheads online and say, but I have autism. Showing you the person with pathological demand avoidance, intermittent explosivity disorder, and bipolar type 2, including severe complex post-traumatic stress disorder, can still function. I have not read Paradise Lost. I have it in audiobook, but I can't focus on it because it's verse, and so I can't use my hands to focus on it. Eventually, I'll read it out loud for the channel if somebody either buys it for me or sends me a few bucks to... No, psychologist has never done a number on me. I've never seen a psychologist. My audiobook library is approaching 500 books. I didn't read 50 Shades of Grey, Tyrant, no. I'm not a heterosexual white female. The reading with my eyeballs, if I'm not reading out loud for a live or for the channel, drops me straight to sleep, Melanie. I have to use audiobooks, and I have to be doing something else, like walking or macrame. Macrame works for me really well. I don't know why people think they get to insult you. Like they think that we're friends. Like, do you think that we're friends, Tyrant? We're not friends. We're not even friendly. We're not even on friendly terms. Survival novels? Cool. And why are you here, Thunderclaps? And why are you telling me about it? Why do you think I care? Why do these people think that withholding themselves like that is something that's going to make me go, no, 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 please come back? One of your talents is sketching people? That's cool. I need a visual artist that wants to donate their time to my work so that they can eventually someday get paid when I do. Thank you, Matt Trevor. I'm happy to have your approval. Happy is a strong word, but I have it. I should have said, thank you, I have your approval. Teresa, babe, I know you're here. I'm not ignoring you. I'm reading what you're saying, but I'm also not sure whether you're talking to me every time. The Lovers on the Iron Mountain sounds like a book that we're not going to continue talking about ghosts. Probably not always, Matt. I'm sure I'll say something that you disapprove of. If you just started, the only tip that I can give you is to be consistent. Just keep doing it, because you suck. Tried talking to a professional? Sure, I was in therapy for the last year and a half, until May. But she wasn't a psychologist. She was an historian by education. Thank you, Melanie. Thank you for the updates. That's really cool of you to be so involved in today, trying to really root for that number to hit that benchmark. Well, of course I'll be fine. I am fine. My day will be better when you're gone, inappropriate laughter. I wonder how many people know that. When they say, have a good day, that the person they're saying it to is, oh, it will be better. I know Teresa's about it. I'm not worried about it. Will be better when you're gone. Not worried about it, Matt. Hello, traveling over. It's like people used to tell me I was a manager for a long time, and when people would pull the, if you don't like your job, why don't you just quit? I'd say, oh, I love my job. I don't like you. Water, Matt, Justin, I'm just drinking water. Thank you, Matt. I've already told you a few times what I think is next. I think we recombine with the source of all being. Hopefully for me, utter dissolution is what's next. Hopefully there is no next. It's just over. But for you, what's going to happen is you're going to return to the source, and eventually you're going to want to come back. And you're going to come back and you're going to do it again. Tom Sawyer? I prefer the song to the book. I read the books as a kid. I like Huck Finn better. Yes, Justin, I'm smoking right now. There it goes. But I said I couldn't tell if it's raining if there are no puddles in the parking lot. And I don't know if you've ever been in an Ohio rain, but it will be pouring ass rain, and it's moving at the same speed that your eyes refresh reality, so it looks like the air is exactly the way it was minutes before. Eighth life path, yeah, you got a few more. You got a few more. Life doesn't repeat itself, but history does. I would recommend, Money, if you like fantasy fiction, I would recommend my favorite fantasy series is called The Cycle of Iran, and the first 3 books are in one audiobook collection that's usually free on Audible. The Cycle of Aran, Arawn. Northern Michigan in the house. Do you guys have this kind of rain too? Where you can look outside and it's not raining, and you can look outside and it looks exactly the same, but it's pouring ass rain because it's so humid. That's what they say, Gina. I don't know. I don't know. I have no. I think all of that is bullshit. I've never read anything that was scientific. No, I'm in a Panera run. Madison got flooded bad. I am actually sorry to hear that, especially if lives were lost or negatively impacted. I don't know if past lives seem real, but I feel like I know Socrates. I feel like I know Plotinus. I feel like I know them. I feel like I wrote their words. When I read them and I hear them, they feel like something that I remember having written once before. So I don't believe in past lives because that's arrogance. That's just me not wanting to read. That's not something I ever want to experience, Teresa. I'm in a restaurant, Matt. I'm streaming from a Panera. The ways that you can tell if you've had past lives down are inconsistent, but usually it's dreams. Good to hear it's sunny and cool. It was sunny and cool earlier because it was gonna pour ass rain. I'm gonna have to take a potty break here in a minute, and then when it's done raining, I'm gonna walk up and get something to eat at the Taco Bell if I don't make another $6 or $8 here today on this stream, which I'm not asking for it. So if you don't feel inclined to give, please don't. Please don't. I would much rather that you guys were secure and had everything that you need and more than that you give to me if you feel like that's what you need to do. Have what you need. Save it. It's just dark. It just crossed 10:30 for you, Melanie. You know you don't have to do the 32. That the 32 is consistent across the planet, right? Almost joined the 27 club, Gina. I attempted a self-exit at 5 years old, and so I've had a very close relationship with the goddess who rescued me since then. 28 years in her service. Potty is good, Teresa. It's starting to hurt. It'll happen, I promise. Matt, I teach by example. If you want direct education, if you want to learn from me directly, I have a Patreon. That starts at $50 a month, though. Direct tutoring begins at $50 a month. Sepsis. Yeah. You were put here for a reason, Gina, and you were put back, probably to meet me. Probably to serve the same Godhead that I do. What's random, Melanie? I will, Teresa. I know that if it hurts, it's bad. I know, but a large part of why it hurts is because of my pelvic floor injuries. I'm fine. It'll hurt more to let it out. God bless her indeed. Almost 33 this December, Gina. My mother was a December baby. I actually don't know what her birthday was because it was a serious. Jesus Christ. I hope I zipped up. It's coming down out there. I haven't watched Alien Earth, Justin. I'm homeless, buddy. I don't have access to anything with TV in it. I can do this, Melanie. You wouldn't believe how difficult the first 30 were for me. That's what they say, Gina. I'm in a Panera Master Pilot. The ice hurts too much. I know what you're saying. You're not wrong. When I get back to the tent, I will be horizontal, and then it will stop hurting. I'm accumulating the young millennial female audience, and I hope that's because I'm not trying to. I'm broadcasting from Ohio, Justin. Sometimes I just state things, like people write things. Oh, I'm thinking about this. I should say it out loud because I'm in front of a microphone. It doesn't ever mean anything. Yeah, I'm gonna... If I were to go a mile that way, it's nothing but horse farms for as far as you can see. But we probably have closer to 10,000 people. Oh, excuse me. That caught up to me. I agreed, Gina. That's why I'm doing this. I looked around at my millennials. I was talking about it on another, that I noticed that I'm infantilizing in a different way than the rest of my generation. And I thought that there are too many fathers that are trying to infantilize, and they're competing with their children to be toddlers with their wives and ruining their relationships, ruining their futures, and their children resent them for it. And if I'm ever gonna have kids, if I'm ever gonna have kids into the future, I can't be that guy. Thank you, Melanie. I'm hoping that YouTube makes a big deal about it for me when I cross 500, but they're going to be skeptical about it until I get about 505, and then it stays that way for a few days. But there were times this winter where I didn't think it was ever going to happen. I never thought I was even going to hit 100. I was stuck at 82 for so long. I talked about it this morning on a short. I showed you my analytics. You can really look at the analytics of the last year. I've been doing this for 2 years, and you can look at my analytics over the last year and really see. You could really track my emotional well-being. I hear that, Justin. I don't really like to be around other people either. I start to get anxious. And hello, Rahul. You see what's up. What's up with you? Oof. We don't really know that we're doing a lot of screaming baby behaviors because we don't grow up around babies anymore. So many households are 1 and 2 kids, and the kids don't help, and they're not involved in child rearing. I help raise my siblings, so I just see so much toddler behavior in public, and it makes me wanna react, and I isolate. So I just isolate because reacting is the wrong thing to do. It's not my place. Man, it is sustaining coming down too. I'm probably going to end up doing laundry tomorrow. the weatherproofing of my tent, I have not repaired that hole to see if it's bad enough that I need to repair it. For whatever reason, I haven't repaired it. I've been getting back to the tent late, and I just haven't done it. I haven't done it because I haven't done it. That's why I haven't done it. And so I'm going to get to learn if it leaked enough from this rain to wet my laundry. I keep my clothes, of course, right next to where the hole in my tent's weatherproofing is. Tempting fate. And it's not down. Let's see if you can even see what I'm talking about now that the dining room is empty. You see how it doesn't look like it's raining? Until you catch certain angles of the light. It is coming down, boy. But they turned off the AC in the dining room, so it's no longer cold in here. It's almost comfortable. Almost comfortable. I think my battery is full too. Dudes, I get excited about different things than you. Like this thing, 2 pounds. It only weighs 2 pounds. And all the battery I could use yesterday cost me 3 hours to charge. I don't even have them anymore, but I had these little hand warmers. Has my chat busted again? You can give me that little flippy if the chat has busted. But 2 little hand warmers, and it took 8 hours a piece to charge them for 2 hours of phone battery charge. So Alex Smith, my guy, he showed up for a second. He bought this for me. Thank you, Alec. And today, being a rainy day, having the new sandals instead of having to wear my boots is just a blessing. I get so tired of wearing those boots. I don't know if you understand I hate wearing socks. I just hate wearing socks. And so now I've got really stupid. I've got tritone tan lines on my legs from wearing socks all damn summer, which is something that I have opinions about. And for those of you who are interested, it does not have a solar panel on it. They make a solar panel, and my hypothesis was right. Here when it says solar charging, that's the input that it can take. So if you have a charger, this is how it can take charge in. You have to have a DC 15 to 24 volt input. I didn't know what those things meant until I started looking at how this thing works. DC input spot. Yeah, is it doing that thing? Is it doing that thing where it can't tell if I'm connected or not? The rain is probably affecting the Wi-Fi. But if it's doing that thing, it doesn't know whether I'm connected or not. I'm going to take that as an opportunity to go pee. I'll be right back. Thank you guys for still being here. If it is doing that thing, and if the chat is broken, again, you can flicker the likes for me when I get back, and I'll start it over. Actually, I know that it's broken because my time just reset at an hour, and it was 3 hours. So I'll start this over when I get back. Give me just a moment. Yep, I see it. Thank you. I see it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, because evidently my chat is busted. Thank you guys for the continued likes, and because let me start over. Because the chat's evidently busted, I'm gonna end this. I'm gonna get something to eat, and I'll be right back. Okay? Thank you guys for being here.